group stage, Smart Omega, they struggled at this map, especially at S&D. But for Blacklist International Ultimate, this is where they are.
So, good day peeps. It's me again there. We're gonna play Call of Duty Mobile. But first things first, ito yun na yung playoffs, Grandmasters 3 playoffs here in the Philippines sa Marriott Hotel, no? Nandito ang maglalaban na Smart Omega and Blacklist International. So, will Omega retain their glory? At ito na nga, naki-restreaming tayo sa live feed nila. Mamaya maglalaro din ako, pero for now, papakita ko muna sige yung gameplay nila. Panoodin natin. Baki-watch kayo sa akin while we do this. And happy 5,000 subscribers nga pala mga lods. Thank you very much. At nagtiwala kayo sa aking channel, sa aking YouTube channel. At please, sana mag-continue pa. More subscribers to come, more plays and views sa aking channel. Pakinggan lang natin yung pinag-uusapan dito sa Garena Masters 3 Playoffs Day 3, which is the final na yata. So maglalaban ng Omega and Blacklist International. Yan na, pakinggan lang natin.
Yeah, well, you've seen this already. I mean, this is where we've seen the fight between these two. It is, well, I wouldn't say it's close. I wouldn't say it's close because it's 250-207. So I'm looking forward to how this will be turning around into the favors of Smart Omega. But Summit in there and Search and Destroy, I mean, I'm pretty sure these teams are familiar in how this play. I mean, I'm excited to see and bring those on this team, bring them to that map number 5. But heading over to the first map of today, Hardpoint, and I think our casters are ready and they want to bring the hype in this game to Sasho AJ and Beef Mommy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? The Grand Finals, Playoffs Day 3, Smart Omega, Blacklist International Ultimate. We could have not asked for two better teams here, Beef.
The best storyline that we could think of for today. Season 1 champs, Season 2 champs, the Kings versus Kings here for our finals. And yes, it will definitely go the distance, especially Blacklist International. They're on fire right now. They've just had 3 straight games. Either they're going to be really tired or that's going to give that a lot of highlights for this matchup.
Nobody gets tired at this stage. It's just pure adrenaline. I don't even think there's any blood left in there. It's just pure adrenaline through their veins right now. Everybody's awake, everybody's sharp, everybody's ready. What Blacklist International Ultimate is looking to do is to break the code and first of all, reset the brackets. Can they take a victory over Smart Omega, who have dominated them already earlier in today? And here's the one beautiful thing that I saw through these picks. Smart Omega managed to go in there and they were the ones dictating 3 out of 5 maps. They did not bring us to the exact same maps.
This is the problem, though. Once we get into that game number 4, we already know that takeoff hardpoint.
If we get to the game number 4.
If we can get there, that is going to be very hard for Omega. So they should not reach up to that point because Summit S&D, I'm not quite sure if I'm loving that map as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. And you know, with Smart Omega just shaking things up, that just shows us they are playing the strats more than ever. And this is something that Device is bringing into the scene. And I believe he has taken a couple of pages out of Olea's playbook here. Just keeping things fresh, keeping Blacklist International Ultimate guessing. And just like how Almighty broke the confidence of West Point Mamba Low Kings, let's see if we're not Smart Omega will be able to do that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is that matchup. And as it kicks off, it is obviously going to be hard point number 1, but it's the power positions that we focus on. And Blacklist International Ultimate sweeping up each and every single one of them. Dual Shed as well as White Warehouse, all overtaken by the ones who want to break the place of Smart Omega.
And right now for Blacklist International, they have more of the power position because they have trailer control, which has really good sides going into trailer right now. I mean, going into P1 rather, but you get to see it. Omega actually has sides of 10, so that's a really good sign here so far. 10, speaking of, gets 2 kills, really essential ones as well, and it's all yellow in the map here so far with FDX and the nade.
The players of Smart Omega spawning all the way from the back of passageway. Through Barracks Hub they go, and by the way, they get to that hard point. Jabin not allowing them to make a play at all, but it is still going to be Blacklist International Ultimate, mainly with the tool shed. From that second floor, from that first floor, they're not allowing the players of Smart Omega to hop on in, and finally, they abandon that hard point for an early rotation into P2. Command center to be commanded by the players of Blacklist International Ultimate, but they might just regret if they give away scraps like this to Smart Omega. They eat that scraps, they will get stronger, and they will fight back, Beef.
Blacklist International has done their homework because this is the baby of Omega right now, but then there's a reason why. But then it's going to be a very crucial kill. There you go. Whoopi gets a really great kill because P2, Omega does so well here. They get most of their time here in this hill. And not only that, you've seen a lot of plays here. Operator skills, but obviously for now, they're going to be saving it for later.
Oh, fantastic play coming through from the one and only Risky, holding off that long angle, making sure anybody that wants to go through the command center, through that main entrance, will get shut down. But Blacklist International Ultimate somehow finds the breakthrough as they spawn out of trailers at container. 35-22. Blacklist International Ultimate still has got this, and an early rotation coming through from the players of Smarter Mega. Now this one, if you ask me, is just way too early.
A little bit too early because they might pay the price for it. Not only that, you get to see funneling over there, but it's a good thing. Risky and Rage get really important kills, but they're not contesting the point at all, giving, 20 seconds off to Blacklist International, but trailer is also really hard to go and defend afterwards. And speaking of, Yato gets big 2 kills, initially just cleaning up right now the trailer hill.
Well, fantastic plays by Blacklist International Ultimate, taking the mistake made by Smarter Mega and smashing it right in their faces. White Warehouse now to be unlocked by Blacklist International Ultimate, but they have to be careful now. 3 players on the approach from the side of shooting range. Blacklist International Ultimate, the Pretty will be dropped. Tin changes his mind at the very last second as to where he wants to send that through. Only gets 1 kill. That's a little bit of a waste.
That was a really wasteful Sparrow, but you know what? It kind of did this job of trying to go and push back the players of Blacklist International, Omega rather. And now we get to see a full 60 coming in through Blacklist International. Only 1 second, 2 seconds left, but it's a good thing that Whoopi finally gets that kill, flushes them out. 30 seconds left on the clock, but still really big kills coming in from Blacklist.
Yeah, from the places right now, you can tell both teams are extremely nervous. 40-70, mistakes after mistakes being made, both trying to capitalize on each other. But Smarter Mega now, as they hold on to the hill, can they clutch this out? Look at player number 3 on the side of Blacklist International Ultimate, going in for the backstab all the way down at Barracks Hut. He wants to try to play anchor early, but Smarter Mega doing 2 things at the same time, picking up those scrap points and holding onto those ankle spawns as well. And they should be able to open up Barracks Hut. Superb play coming through from Smarter Mega to catch right back up. It's 8 points between them.
Rotation coming in from Omega going into Barracks Hut, but then unfortunately for them, Tin was there in the backstab. But it's a good thing that everyone else from Omega is actually there in for the response. But there's going to be 1 player left. It's going to be really big kills. Will Rage get the kill? Doesn't really quite see someone's right there, right behind him.
Game
Gonna be
hasn't even
really strong.
started just yet. This is still
I
the
know.
warm-up. 71-70. Both these teams just teasing each other. Trophy system just for the safe place. You know you should be expecting those grenades. They want to break the spawns. And Blacklist International Ultimate just playing this as safely as possible, using the distance. And now they get the spawns out of shower room. This is going to be absolute perfection if they can attack from passageway as well. They don't head on in straight to that Barracks Hut, but instead they clear out the surrounding perimeter first. Blacklist International Ultimate, they should have all of these points here. 1 final gunfight to win. They get it. Everything belongs to Blacklist.
Spawn advantage going into BLK, and now that's going to be really big for them because you can see here, they're going to be getting a lot of points. But, I mean, they're going in for the reset anyway. But you already know that P1 is going to be the hardest place to get a lot of these points. So please expect that there's going to be a lot of back and forth here, and it is going to be that contest still. That fight going into trailer, you need to have control of their top 10. You need to get tower as well.
Oh, smart plays coming through from the players of Blacklist International Ultimate, forcing Smarter Mega to spawn all the way back at the warehouse number 4. A lot of distance to cover, but Smarter Mega managing to make their way through. They bust their way through Idra. Double kills coming through. Tin will shut Candy down. Whoopi trades out Yato. A lot of action on the battlefield, and the Gravity Vortex only manages to eat Risky up, and then he goes down. 92-95. That power position given away, but Smarter Mega just holding on with their dear lives. Nobody playing the Tin just yet.
And now this is going to be really tricky because the rotation needs to come through already because you know that Blacklist International would not want Omega to even touch it for even a second. And yes, they're going to get the scrap points here in P1, but look at the setup right now of Blacklist International already here in American.
Well, the gods of spawns giving the players of Blacklist International Ultimate the spawn at warehouse number 4. A little bit closer to that P1, but can they even get that? Those long angles, perfect for Whoopi to make best use of. Rage pulls out the Sparrow as well. Yato taken out of the equation. FDX trying to go to town with all of these boys, but their hard point has moved on already. And Blacklist International Ultimate still focusing on surrounding the perimeter, but look at this squad push coming through from Smarter Mega. Keeping a tight line, keeping a tight group, taking on those fights, and they do have 2 more players to go in for the challenge, but nobody hops on in because of the patience. They're waiting for the rest of them to respawn back, and Blacklist International Ultimate winning gunfights left, right, center to hold all of these points.
Oh, Israel with a really big kill, flushes
Oh.
1 player out, but then does get taken out. Just like that, it's going to be yellow all over again, and this is so unlike enough in P2. You get to see it in previous games where they always set up so early and have such heavy defense. It's basically the money hill for them.
And it's mostly because Blacklist International Ultimate is holding on to the spawns from shooting range as well as sending players in for the objective as well. But the weakness of that play is you do not have a lot of objective players in there, and Smarter Mega will rip it right back through. 14 seconds to go. These are only scraps. The scraps that they gave Blacklist International Ultimate earlier is biting them in the back. And this time Blacklist with a very early rotation into P3. Can they hold on to it? They've got 2 objective players and 2 to secure the perimeter here, Beef.
But it's a good thing. Really big kill coming in from FDX all the way at the back of trailer. And now he can go and fight a 1v1 while going in there. Probably should throw in a stun, but hopefully, doesn't really quite get it. There you go. Trying to big kills there. Rage doesn't really quite get it. That's 10. A really important play. It's the only player here assisted by one other than Tin.
Scrappy plays by Smarter Mega. They're scrambling all over the place. They just need to continue to focus to play together as a squad. And as I say, that beautiful break coming through. But Rage takes himself out. A little unfortunate. Smarter Mega, can they take that hill back? They do not have any players around there. And look at Blacklist International Ultimate. No objective players, but the Slayers are focusing on their job. They're slaying one after the other. Smarter Mega can't get near this hill at all.
And now speaking of Skurd, needs to go in there. Really just takes advantage of the stun. Not really knowing if there's one more. Gets that big double kill. Denying the entrance right now from Blacklist. I mean, Omega rather. And that is going to be really detrimental. Why? Because they're getting a lot of points here. You don't get any kind of contest coming in from Smart Omega whatsoever. Not just that, they also have advantage of the next hill.
Such a huge difference between the plays of Smart Omega and Blacklist International Ultimate. When Blacklist International Ultimate loses the objective player, they just secure the perimeter and wait for him to get back in there. Smart Omega, on the other hand, they hop into the hill one after the other. A little bit more scrap here, but as long as it gets the job done, for the time being, they haven't caught up just yet. Blacklist International Ultimate now just raining down the Sparrow as well. And P4 looks like it's going to be super secure. Baracuda for the win. Blacklist International Ultimate slowly approaching the 200-point mark.
And now Omega, a little bit spread out, needs to go in there. Not one by one, but as a group, as Tin tries to go in there for the spray. Finally goes in for the break. Really big kills coming in here from Omega. And now you get to see the other side. They're now spawning into the side of firing range. And now it's going to be catch-up coming in from Blacklist. But it looks like they don't really want to have to contest this hill.
Yeah.
No one's going close there.
Blacklist International Ultimate, they already have the advantage here. All they need to do now is to secure all of those power positions. And as you can see, auto repair is already taken over by one player. So few seconds left in here, but Blacklist wants to force the issue. They hop on in. This might be a big mistake because it's just a bloodbath in there, giving Smart Omega the favorable spawns for the next hill. Beef, what was that?
Not quite sure why they didn't go in there for the contest. Yes, I feel like they were waiting. They wanted to go and push as a group, but it was just too slow. The pace was just not right. And now that gave the opportunity to Omega, not only getting the scrap points, but also going in there for the next rotation, as firing range is going to be their next spawn.
Blacklist International Ultimate doing a huge favor for the players of Smart Omega, but none of them have managed to take control of the situation just yet. As those gunfights, Yato moves on in for the slay. Still alive and kicking, but Kendi drops through. Skur takes him out of the equation with the God name. Blacklist International Ultimate still with the lead, and a cluster strike out of nowhere, but no players there to take advantage. Those are the kind of mistakes that will make you pay for the match.
Bad timing coming in from Blacklist. No one is stepping there. No one is even close there. They weren't able to utilize that cluster strike very well, and there you go. Whoopi doesn't really quite get as Yato gets that two-piece. Again, the operator skills and also the score streaks mismanaged in this game.
But at the end of the day, Smart Omega could not pick off any points at the very same time. So that's not a huge loss for Blacklist International Ultimate just yet as they continue picking up those points, nearing the 200-point mark already. Smart Omega early rotations once again. They are feeding the players of Blacklist International Ultimate.
First time in the game, we get to see Omega finally going in there for that early rotation here in P2, and we already know that is going to spell trouble for Blacklist because the defense is just so strong here. Indra with a big two-piece, gets rid of 2 players, trying to go in there for another one. But let's see. It's going to be really hard. As you can see there, the Sparrow's already out.
Yeah, fantastic stun. Now, look at player number 2. He's moving on in. If he can get the spawns out of shooting range for the players of Blacklist International Ultimate, this is going to be game over. But at the very same time, FDX holding on to those angles as well. Smart Omega trying to catch it back up in this matchup, but it looks like Blacklist International Ultimate has got no ingress in here whatsoever as Smart Omega locks down all of those angles. Spawn now. They're trying to take it away from shooting range here, Beef. If they succeed, they might still stand a chance.
And this is trouble, like what I kept saying. You don't give P2 all the way to Omega, but then just one player tries to go and make a difference, but there you go. One backstab is all it takes, and it's going to be the only Idra. He's been clutching clutching up this round and every other round, and he's the only reason why that this is a very even playing field. In the rotation, take a look at that. It's all Omega all over the place here in trailer.
Yeah, and Blacklist International Ultimate doesn't even bother going in there for those scrap points at P2. They head on in for P3. They understand that this is going to be super important. Whoopi drops FDX, but those plays just will not last. They need to sustain out there on the battlefield a little bit longer, as Blacklist International Ultimate now have got 3 players near the objective. 1 challenge coming through. Risky needs to get this win. Brings out the Sparrow. He brings in the Dragonfire as well. Extra information. Tin will suck everybody in with the Gravity Warnings gun as well. Blacklist International Ultimate, as crappy as this may be, they're taking the fight to Smart Omega.
And there you go. There's 3 players, especially Yato with a very big 2-piece. Yato yet again with a 3. Can he make it a 4th? Yes, he can. There you go. Big kills coming in from Yato. Not only that, fully streak out.
And all of those streaks will go ahead to pay its dividends in a little bit, as Smart Omega now continue to break the hill. Yato drops the Preddy onto Rage. That one was a very soft kill. A little bit of a waste of the Predator missile. Smart Omega can make Blacklist International Ultimate pay for this. The final 10 seconds will be contested, and there's no finisher coming through just yet. 7 more seconds. Smart Omega cannot afford to allow them to pick up all of these grab points. And now less than 10 to finish this game off. Blacklist International Ultimate so close to breaking Smart Omega.
Oh goodness, they already had a really good rotation. They had the spawn into their favor, and they're just dropping like flies. And now they're going into B long. That's going to be a very hard place because you're basically funneling into Wooden House. And just like that, it is going to be contested. But 5 more points coming in from Blacklist International. 2, 1, and there you go. Blacklist International takes game number 1 here in firing range hardpoint.
You cannot feed the players of Blacklist International Ultimate. You cannot give away those crab points. They will make you pay. This game was not close at all. Unfortunately for the players of Smart Omega, just one too many mistakes made. Yes, there were some misplays with those score streaks as well from Blacklist International Ultimate. They made that adjustment through winning all of their gunfights beef. Blacklist, I think they just want to reset this bracket as quickly as possible and move on with the day.
For me, the most surprising play here from Omega is not rotating to P2 very early, because from the past in firing range, that is their best hard point. Their defense is really good, and in the 3rd reset, we saw that. We thought that is going to be Signs of Life. That's when they even things out, but it was a little bit too late.
But I really think that, Smart Omega started this game extremely nervous, right?
Yeah.
Those fingers might have been shaking because they were extremely scrappy in this matchup. Yes, they tried to hold it together, but you just did not see it.
Oy,
showing
nandito rin si Mustacho
anything on that
Gaming.
map at all in terms of those rotations. Towards the end of the game, they were stepping it up, but too
Kung
many scrap
napapanood
points
nyo
were given away
si
to
ang
Blacklist
mga
International
laban sa
Ultimate.
Garena
And when they started
Invitational,
those early rotations,
malimit yan
Smart
si
Omega just
Mustacho.
didn't have any responses for them.
Scrap points. All of these points. Really
Let's
close
watch
games,
it,
but I know
my friends.
there are 2 people that really want to talk about this game. Callie, Neptune, what do you think about what happened?
Oh my god, this is so intense. The game is just back and forth from the head on. But there's one thing that I saw in there in that game. Blacklist International Ultimate, at some point, they go for the early rotations, but they don't step into that hill. They go and like square off everyone else. Take out everyone who tries to go in, have one on the objective before stepping, like getting back and forth in there, taking everyone out.
That's a really good point out there, Neptune. And I absolutely agree with you. Blacklist International Ultimate, they don't get in that point just yet when they are getting in that early setup. They tried to win the 1v1s that they can cut off rotations against Smart Omega. And one thing that I really love from this team, FDX showed out on the first set of hard points. 32 kills. And from then on forward, it was Yato who absolutely tried to tear it apart at the end. I mean, this guy's got 50 plus kills at the end of the game. Smart Omega, they were fighting, but FDX, Blacklist International Ultimate, they were outclassing Smart Omega in that early rotations and in that battle for that spawns.
You did mention Yato. I saw that in that white warehouse where he went in from that one door. The Yato train just head over to the spawns and took everyone out. And that is why Yato had more than 50 frags, more than 50 kills in this game. It's not only because it's so fast, but they had it set up so great that they can take out anyone with the angles that they have.
Now, every angle in every hard point, they take it. They are really.
And
taking those
looks
shots. This is
like
why they bring
Blacklist
Smart Omega in
favors
map number
this
1 on the
round.
rotation.
tingnan
I
natin kung
absolutely would love to
magtutuloy-tuloy
see
na
this.
ang
Since
Blacklist
the
or
series,
Omega
the faster you
will
end the
still
series,
retain.
the faster you are primed to win. You know,
Yeah.
in that second grand finals. But hey, again, this is just the first map. Smart Omega, we know what they can bring in that search and destroy. But in this map number 1, it was just Blacklist International Ultimate winning gunfights after gunfights. As you did mention earlier, Yato on that white warehouse, he did run over Smart Omega's players, and not only that, he was fully strict up. I think this was the play with
Yeah.
that Sparrow. He was really absolutely a one-man wrecking crew inside at hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, look at this numbers right here. Yes, from Blacklist International Ultimate, he have 10. And supposedly, he is the one in the objective gameplay. Apart from the frag, he has most time spent in there. But if you look at the frags earlier, if you remember the frags earlier, that was 53 from Yato. A lot of kills from this guy.
Yeah, a lot of kills from Yato. You know, I mean, he's the main slayer of this team.
Uh-huh.
That's what he is paid to do.
Exactly.
And that's what he is really great at giving for Blacklist International Ultimate. That's what he put in that table. But you really got to admire Teen as well, you know.
Right.
Super Soaker plus 43 kills. I mean, this guy is a great two-way player, and I believe he's the best player out there whenever they play that hard point because he's been the lifeline, especially inside that point. But FDX, I just really love how well he supported the team on that first few moments on that hard point because he scored 32 kills before he enabled Yato and, of course, the other player to work their wonders.
Exactly. I mean, it feels like Blacklist International Ultimate has set their roles straight. They know who will be stepping in there, soaking, as you mentioned, and they know who will be rotating, taking those frags. And for the side of Smart Omega, and we've seen, and I think it's not just Smart Omega, even from Blacklist International Ultimate, we have seen some of the score streaks and operator skills being used not so well.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. Bad timing with that cluster strike at P1. No one was there from Smart Omega,
Right.
so it was no use. But then they make up for it. Then Gravity Vortex on the P3
Exactly.
on that white warehouse where he locked down 2 entry points, kept away Smart Omega, buy his team some time to get inside that point. That was just an absolute big thing, big gameplays for Thin. But then again, for Smart Omega, you know, these guys, although they lose this first map, they will bite back on that map number 2, as we did talk about Search and Destroy. You know, Whoopi has been so great with that First Bloods. That sniper, very, very deadly.
Exactly. I mean, we've seen this scene before, and from the last time that they went in on that search and destroy, it was 7-3. Like, Smart Omega already had a lead in there, but they tried, Blacklist International Ultimate tried to catch up, but they can't get past that number 3 point, and it was just going into the side of Smart Omega. Going into standoff right now, we know how the snipers are working right here, with those angles. Whoopi already have great angles in here. It's more of the response of Yato that can be put into play as well as FDX.
Oh, yeah, absolutely correct. You know, since now we are going to map number 2, and it seems like I'm mistaken, you know. I thought it was a map pick by Smart Omega on that map number 1, but hey, it was Smart Omega, so that really sucks, you know. But hey, at map number 2 standoff, map pick by Blacklist, this is where they want to take down Smart Omega, and this is the moment for them to take that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is the moment, and I'm pretty sure the moment we're in most of a lot of hype, I would say, can be brought in by the casters. Beef Mommy, the Pistachio AJ, please take over for the search and destroy.
Thank you very much, boys. As we head on into S&D at standoff, here's the one thing. Both teams have faced losses in the competition so far. And that might just open things up, but I really, really feel the loss that Blacklist International Ultimate had was a fluke. I think that was a fake.
You really think so? At
Yes.
this point of the competition?
No, because they took on VVV Esports.
Yes.
You know, they were showing on purpose that they did not want to play this map at all. They were showing on purpose that they didn't really want to step it up. And now, no disrespect to Veni Vedi Vici, but I really know Blacklist International Ultimate has got more to offer on standoff S&D. This was to sucker in those players and make them perhaps underestimate what they can do out there on S&D. But we've also seen the kind of prowess that Smart Omega has been showing on those S&Ds, Beef, so anything can happen here.
I mean, especially with a map like this, again, it's something that we haven't really seen from both of these teams a lot. And for, let's say, Blacklist International, if they actually hit that and finally brought it out here, there's a reason why they brought out Search and Destroy for standoff. I mean, I'm really excited for it because we're finally here. Search and Destroy standoff. Blacklist International already have that one win under their belt. Let's see if they can go and take another.
Smart Mega on the defense, and so early on to have the one and only Whoopi dropped out of the round. That's going to be a huge blow. Now, no long-range engagement capability for the players of Smart Omega just yet. AG going in for the super quick plant just to pile on the pressure on the rest of the Omega players.
Omega down one, and Whoopi is already a very essential player for them, and now it's going to be at least evened out Rage. Now, this guy, he's actually a really essential player, and yes, even though he has sometimes a little bit of trouble there, but then just like that, one by one, it is going to be evened out a 2v2.
Yeah, let's see exactly what Kendi and Rage can do in here. Beautiful spots by Skird as he managed to finally control Kendi out there. One-on-one, and Rage just finishes him off. Beautiful play coming through from Smart Mega. The defusal, more than enough time to sort out.
And now speaking of Rage, I was talking about it a while ago. From the past Search and Destroys, we talked about in me and Jericho that he needed that trigger discipline, and this is where he showed it.
Yeah.
Really crucial gunfights, and now Omega needs really a player like that to really just step it up.
And Blacklist International Ultimate just needs to keep shutting down Whoopi round after round, and they're going to run away with this SMB. But if you let Whoopi pop off, you know exactly what's going to happen. Hydra this time. FHJ for the Ts. They just want to wear down all of those trophy systems on the side of Blacklist International Ultimate. They want to prevent a quick plant coming through because that pressure was just a little bit too much to deal with earlier.
3-2 split, and now finally they're going into Alpha. Try to gather that information, but I don't think Skird hears him. There you go, Whoopi sees one, but doesn't really quite get anything.
Whoopi now. This God Nate might just connect. Circles around. Play already waiting for him. Gas station, very safe place coming through from the players of Smart and Mega. But the head glitch played even better by Skird. Risky dropped out of the equation, but Rage will be able to trade one back out. Kendi drops one. Whoopi takes Yato out of the equation, and just like that, Smart and Mega have got the control in this matchup.
FDX gets the snipe, but then Idra shuts him down just like that, and Omega here in Search and Destroy. I mean, they've been absolutely amazing, and especially with their game a while ago, Blacklist International there in the winners final, it was absolutely great because they absolutely destroyed them at Raid. But then obviously, Blacklist International, they need to try and play out a different way.
I think Smart Mega's just outclassing them in this S&D right now. And if you allow Rage to pop off in that way, the guy's just going to do exactly what he's paid to do. Annihilate players that he meets out there on the battlefield. But Skird can save the day now. Great angles played. Jabin with a head glitch once again. This time will not be able to secure the kill on Kendi, who backs away from that engagement. Close quarters combat here. This is between the one and only Risky and Yato. Yato just around the corner. Skird gives away a lot of information as Yato drops Rage in that close quarters combat with the snipe, and another quick scope taking Risky out. Whoopi drops Yato. That sniper on the side of Blacklist International Ultimate out of the equation already, but the bomb is on the ground beef.
And now we're evened out, but then just like that, Kendi makes him to the man advantage, but then Jabin gets him. A 2v2 situation, and now it makes you question if we can go and get this. One more kill, and Whoopi gets the beautiful double. Secures them another round, and when we thought that Omega actually overpushed too aggressively, they were able to have that retaliation and really just go and readjust to the play of Blacklist International.
Yeah, and people keep asking me, right, Mustachio, how does Whoopi keep pulling these players off? How is he so fast in the game? It's because he's on data. He's using Detotel.
And thank you so much, Ito, for sponsoring this competition. And now, speaking of the competition, let's get to it.
Oh, yeah.
A beautiful kill, but then gets traded out by Jaben.
Oh, spectacular play. Whoopi just whips out his MW11. Goes to tout it, everyone. Yato, you can do it. I can do it too. Whoopi now goes in for the hunt. Can he slay? He's on the defense. Doesn't need to rush this. And Kendi just finds Skird running towards him. Gets an easy kill. And Idra shuts down FDX. Spectacular play by Smart Omega so far. Breaking the spirits of the Blacklist International players.
Well, this is looking like history repeats itself, but we need to see Blacklist International with the response. Because so far, playing aggressively doesn't seem like the play for them. And so right now, they need to slow things down. And speaking of, 3-2 split, 2 in grannies, but then Whoopi with a snipe gets rid of FDX, the sniper of BLK. That's going to be really hard.
Yeah, too bad. But Yato still has got the snipes to work around with. Rage shuts down Jabin. Yato taken out of the equation. Blacklist International Ultimate being outclassed by Smart Omega on this S&D, but it was expected. Hard point for Blacklist, S&D for Smart Omega. Let's see if Blacklist can turn things around. Skird and AG making big work out there. If anyone can clutch this out, it's going to be AG.
And now, Skird needs to slow things down. They have 1 minute to play with. gets that information, doesn't really quite get the kill.
Oh,
The hit
goodness.
marks all over the place, doesn't really quite get as the reload pushes through, and now the backup comes through, but then finally Skirt even things out, and we need to see a readjustment coming in. It's a little bit too far away. They're going to be far away from each other, Risky and Whoopi, but Whoopi obviously with a sniper can definitely go and assist him.
Numbers all equaled out. 1 minute to go ahead and play here. A lot of time to work around with. AG with the bomb. Backs away, just leaving Skirt all alone to take care of those players who rotate and come looking for him. Spectacular strategy by Blacklist so far. As they circle around, they might just be able to catch the players of Smart Omega off guard here. Are we gonna go and see a cheeky little plant? It doesn't seem to be the case. And I love the respect that Smart Omega is showing them, right? Just holding down to those angles. I mean, worst case scenario, we retake that bomb site. No issues at all.
And that's why you don't need to over push, especially if you're waiting for that bomb to go down. But Skirt, there you go. Finally enters the
Timing.
bomb site and then the timing.
Timing.
Oh no! Against Whoopi, and then Skirt takes him out. And there you go. Bomb goes down, and Risky, it's all up to you to try to go and make a difference here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he gets tagged up and Skirt finishes him off. That's the way. Blacklist International Ultimate outplaying the strategy of Smart Omega. And it was that long way round, right? You have to play your time. You have to respect your opponents and just try to drag it out as long as possible. As long as you're on the attacking side, you dictate the pace. Thus far, they've been playing at the pace of Smart Omega. That was the first round we saw Blacklist take control.
And now, Idra with a really big nade gets rid of Skirt. And now for Blacklist, you are down one person who has been absolutely essential to all of your matches. So you need to go and readjust. It's still very doable for Blacklist though, but then FDX with the kill, and there you go. That big opening pick, that can definitely bring it to the advantage of Blacklist.
Yato spotting those players out from the side of statues. Repositions. In their hands still. Not going to take this super aggressive. Blacklist just needs to play this as slow as they can, just like that previous round. And so far, everything's going their way. With the bomb in hand now, this A plant should force the players of Smart Omega out of their hiding.
That's going to be very comfortable for Omega because not only do they have to go in through the rotation, but also coming in for 40 seconds left on the clock. And there you go. Finally, one big kill. Whoopi gets one. Gets rid of AJ. Now, AJ is going to be a very important player for Blacklist, but
Oh
having
my
a
God.
one more for FDX.
Hello,
It is gonna,
Whoopi.
oh, one
Hello,
more!
Idra.
But Risky with the response. A 2v1, very doable for Risky for him to clutch up.
Yeah, but the damage has been done already. Defending side, Risky now. Can he go in for the defusal? The answer is no. All Blacklist International Ultimate needs to do is buy time! But Risky gets that god wall bang! Yato taken out of the equation already. Risky now. Can he get this all sorted out? Has got 8 seconds to go. Time is running out, and Risky will unfortunately lose this round.
Great plays from Blacklist International to try and play for time, but Risky, as a talented player, I mean, he's just so impressive for me.
You know, I'm so glad to have this LAN event because everybody that watches Garena events usually try to accuse Garena players of wall hacking, right? And because it looks like that. If you are watching from home, you get to see the player models. But if you've played this game long enough, you know exactly where those players are going to run. Those wall bangs become extremely easy, Beef.
It's just game knowledge at this point. I mean, you wall bang it and you already know, oh, there's someone there. They don't know that there's someone there, especially over there on the left side. That is definitely a hot spot going in for those snipers. And now, a different approach because Omega finally has the bomb down. The switcheroo has happened. And now for Blacklist, they're just going to stay put and wait for that information. But Whoopi, big opening pick, gets rid of Yato.
Whoopi now. Can FDX trade him right back out? AG picking up the sniper as well on behalf of Blacklist International Ultimate. They know that they need 2 long-range engages in order to shut down the one and only Whoopi. Intense moment as the bomb gets planted. This time, it is Smart Omega trying to bait out the players of Blacklist International Ultimate. And they don't seem to be backing away all that too far. They are just waiting to welcome Blacklist to this bomb site.
This is a really good sight. And Whoopi yet again gets his second. And now it's down 3 men going in from Blacklist International. And Japan goes in there very aggressively. And there you go.
Wait.
Gets that double
Whoa.
piece. That is a really good sign here, but he's the only one left. And there you
Exactly.
go. Idra finished things out. A 5-2. We're up to a match point advantage here in favor of Omega.
Smart Omega putting on a masterclass of search and destroy right now, taking those attacking rounds extremely slow, piling on the pressure when they know that Blacklist wants to invite them for a retake situation. But this time, they cannot get complacent. They have to take this even slower. One quick stun will slow their pace down. Whoopi spots a player, information given away already, but Rage on the other hand waiting to welcome the one and only FDX. FDX playing peekaboo, Rage finds him, and FDX shows his back to Rage. Risky with a god name takes AG out of the equation. If there's someone who can clutch it out, it's AG. Without him, what will Blacklist do?
But then just like that, Yato gets a really big kill. Skirt as well. And the response from Blacklist has finally come through. Japan with a really big kill.
That's
Yato
what they
with
do.
a nade kill as well. The response is there. And just like that, as quickly as that, it's only going to be Rage versus 3 players of Blacklist International. And not only that, he needs to pick up the bomb. Oh, that hit marker.
This is like watching wrestling, right? Like, what can he do? He's all beaten up already, being ganged up upon. He just tags in his partner. Partners jump on into the ring and whoop everybody else out. 5-2. Let's see if or not Rage will be able to clutch this out. The numbers are against him, but with his angle, he should be able to punish. Skirt! Fantastic snipe by Rage. And this is all he needs to do. Continue circling around, punishing the players of Blacklist International Ultimate one after the other. Bomb on the ground. Blacklist makes a mistake, and he will be able to pick off the other one as well. Rage just needs to play his positioning well now. He doesn't need to push this. He's on the defense. He just needs to wait for the bomb plant.
Blacklist, all of their players were isolated, and that's how we can go and have it, but Japan just denies that. But let me talk about that. They were spread out too thin, and they already knew that he had the sniper. And but when you get that information, you just have to regroup.
And, I mean, you've taken out 2 players already. You played against the numbers. You just needed to wait for the bomb plant. Unfortunately, he just runs straight into that head glitch that Jabin was playing, which he is playing to perfection, by the way, in this game. Rage with the 10 kills. Whoopi drops Yato once again, and that's going to be such a huge kill on the side of Smart Omega, dropping the most fantastic player on the side of Blacklist International Ultimate who can clutch out all of these rounds. Let's see if or not AG will be able to serve one up as Rage drops Jabin as well, taking the problem out of the equation. 5-3, Blacklist down on the numbers.
But hey, we've seen this before, and we've seen Blacklist International come back from this. Now, we need to see a bomb plant, because A is currently open. They need to know that, and there you go, AG. They need to go and plant now before Blacklist International just takes them out one by one.
Can we see fantastic clutch plays from AG once again as FDX drops it. Ruska taken out of the equation. It's a 2v2 now as FDX finds Candy as well, but steps out riskily, and Risky punishes him. 2v1. AG, we've seen this guy clutch out one too many rounds already. Spots the head, but Risky shuts him down.
Risky with the big plays, and finally we are at match point. Blacklist, what can you do at this moment? And so far,
I'll tell you what, use D-Total as well.
D-Total. Disconnect from the Wi-Fi and then go use D-Total.
Yeah, the manager's here. Get a SIM card, boys. 6-3 match point.
But Smart can't do that, because they're connected to another thing. We're not going to say that. We're just saying their name.
GGWP 6-3. Blacklist International Ultimate now. 3-6. They are trying to turn this around, but Smart Omega on match point just needs one fantastic play to run away with this. As the attacking side, they call the pace of this match and they take it as slow as possible. But the Granny's welcome opened up by Blacklist International Ultimate, welcoming Smart Omega to their bomb side.
Now they're all playing for picks, and they're all the way into spawn Blacklist International. We've seen this play before in the Eastern Championship, and they're doing it again. They played it once, and yes, it worked out for them just once, but then, speaking of, Whoopi gets FDX, and now the sniper down, going in from Blacklist.
Send your granny home, says Whoopi. FDX taken out of the equation, 5v4. It is a good grenade that's tossed forward. No information gained at all. FHJ finds nobody, and the bomb site now open. You want us to plant the bomb? We'll give you the bomb plant, says Smart Omega, as Candy now moves on in, and the backup by Whoopi as he takes Yato out with a beautiful headshot. 5-3, bomb planted, 40 seconds to go. Blacklist, what's your response?
3K for Whoopi. Can he get another one to secure the 4th one? But then, this is going to be very hard for Blacklist because they're so out in the open. Candy gets scared. Candy gets that information. Not only that, gets the hit marker. AG with a response takes out Whoopi, and Rage. Finally, search and destroy secured by Omega. The response that they wanted from that hardpoint matchup.
And you know, Blacklist International Ultimate, they started things off really well. And they knew the answer. They knew what they needed to break the code. Take Whoopi out of the equation. Round 1 was perfect. They did manage to take Whoopi out, but the guy just tagged in his partners before getting taken out,
Hey,
right?
come here.
Yeah, the exact
Tap out.
immediate response from Smart Omega. and they made that comeback, running all the way through that match. 4 rounds so dominant, but we did see some signs of life from Blacklist International Ultimate, but expected result. Hard point to Blacklist, SND to Smart Omega. Who's going to dominate control?
Well, if you're looking at the numbers, both of these teams, it's a 50-50. I
Yeah.
mean, right now we are playing it at Raid, so there's no information whatsoever when it comes to this map because one has 1 win and 1 loss, and again, we keep saying it's 50%, but who can give us the answers into Control Raid later on? Obviously, our analysts can give us the answer. And AJ, obviously, you were the analyst a while ago, right?
Yes.
I want to know quickly your thoughts.
Almighty can give us the answer. They already shut them down 3-0, and that's all you need. That is the answer. Analysts, please take over.
Thank you very much, AJ and Beef Mommy. But there's only 2 words for that SND match. Deja vu. I mean, so far from the SND that we've seen between these 2 teams, thrice. No, not twice. So for the first one, 7-3. The second one, 7-3. This time, another 7-3. And well, I was expecting that. I was really expecting that from this game. But as AJ mentioned, it has been expected that Hardpoint will be taken by 1 and SND will be taken by another. They might be able to reach into that map number 5. But Control really is one of the important maps and modes wherein this might be turned around quickly.
And of course, that control game mode will give you the opportunity to take the lead on the series 2-1. But before we even talk about control, let's talk about what happened there in that S&D because I mean, the First Bloods has been so crazy for Smart Omega. I mean, in the first 3 rounds, they did find a way to shut down Whoopi.
Yeah.
It was Blacklist International Ultimate getting those First Bloods. But then, round 4 and until the final round, it was Smart Omega who win all of those First Bloods. There are many different factors that can influence a team win rate on this S&Ds. One of it, of course, is going to be the First Bloods.
Exactly.
And Smart Omega, they did that perfectly. They shut down the snipers every time with Whoopi being that First Blood Reaper.
Exactly. I mean, usually when we go into Search and Destroy, once you get that First Blood, that's where everyone just rushes in, start the fight. Because we've seen, like earlier, we already pointed out Almighty and Blacklist International Ultimate. It was slow. This time it's way faster compared to what we've seen earlier.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
this time, the moment one goes down, everyone just rushes in. Now, once it's balanced midway, they just stop, wait around, and make their rotations. But let's check out the post-game breakdown right here, Callie.
Look at that. Smart Omega 7-3. S&D standoff now. The series is tied 1-1. Omega Rage will lead the pack with 12 kills. Same thing with Whoopi with that scope with 12. Risky follows up with 10. And I mean, this trio has been so dominant. Three players for Smart Omega with double-digit kills. These guys definitely has the big factor. But hey, you really got to commend Rage and Whoopi here because they've been getting most of the First Bloods, which means they were the ones initiating for Smart Omega to create the plays, having more initiative, thus Blacklist slowing down every time they create a play.
Exactly, and I really love as well how Rage responded to when Javen took him out. Like, he took the First Blood in the next game, and that's Javen out already, and like increasing the chance for Smart Omega to take this
Absolutely.
win. But that's Search and Destroy. So it is now 1-1 in this game. We're going into this hard point, and with the map that we have right now, it is Raid and Control. Sorry. We are now going Control Raid. Now, we mentioned earlier that one of the gameplay in here, one of the winning factor is give out 1 point, funnel them in on the other, and just take it to a team deathmatch.
And absolutely, if you are on the defensive side, you obviously want to funnel all of them because it's going to be very useful for you because once you funnel the players, the attackers on that A control point, basically what you have is the power positions. You got the second floor control toward the kitchens, you have the basketball court, and you spawn right beside. So now it's time for that action. Once again, we're live at Mart Manila. Now let's bring it to our casters, AJ and Beef Mammy.
Fine. Smart Omega might not be using Digital, but they're using the Logitech headphones. You hear the footsteps. SND. It helps it out. It does. It does.
Well, I guess Blacklist International needs to find a different set of headphones because that game was just absolutely chalked. We already knew S&D was going to be for Omega. But for Control, I feel like it's leaning towards Omega as well, just a tiny,
ma'am.
tiny bit.
Yes, ma'am.
But I mean, we're looking forward to a reset here.
You know, if I was in Malaysia when I say this, everybody's going to start screaming, right? The players of Blacklist International Ultimate, they couldn't tapao, okay? They were wrapped up in a small little bag and they were given away to someone else. They got taken down 3-0 by Almighty. That was so commanding that the players of Blacklist International Ultimate just had no responses whatsoever. Now, if Smart Omega was watching, Smart Omega was definitely watching, we know they will be leaving the match because someone didn't put the Dito SIM card in.
Exactly.
I tell you, it's the Dito SIM card, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Why did you take it out of the phone?
Go take it out, and now thank you so much for our sponsors, Boo Pacific, Dito Telecommunity. I mean, you guys made this possible.
Yes.
The reason why our internet here is really good in the caster's booth is because we're connected to Dito.
You know, there was this TikTok that I made, right? That I said, I don't think I'll move to the Philippines because of the internet connection here. Because everybody was complaining, oh, the internet connection in the Philippines is bad. I came here, I was given a Dito SIM card. Do you see me complaining? I'm uploading on Facebook every single day.
Not only that, live streaming you eating Jollibee.
Absolutely. I live streamed the whole thing on my Dito SIM card and I had 0 issues. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are wondering exactly which SIM card to pick up, now you know.
The more you know, the better connection you have, the less rage you will have when it comes to playing Call of Duty Mobile, because this game, it takes a lot. It really takes a lot of connection. Not only that, your phone needs to be really good.
Yes.
But hey, I mean, going back to the game, speaking of Call of Duty Mobile, we just ended our search and destroy where Omega absolutely handed it to Blacklist. And now we're going into Control, where it's just a little bit of a pickle for, Blacklist, because they did lose that 0-3 going to Almighty. And now you're going into the game. And speaking of the game itself, AJ, I think it's giveaway time.
Absolutely. Just like how Dito gives us amazing connection, we want to give you guys a few items that you can collect in the game. This time it's going to be the HG40 Hounded, I believe. Is it? No, it's the Spec Ops 3 Thunderclap.
Ooh, that looks like a really good skin that
Just
I really
because of the
get.
name, you should get it.
I know. Thunderclap.
Thunderclap.
We should do that later after.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, take a screen pic right now. And there you go. Finally, we get to have it. But then, hey,
You should tell me before we pose, man.
I just told you.
Fine.
This is screen pic. 1, 2, 3. I even
I'm
have
sorry,
a countdown.
brain is a little slow today. It will catch up eventually.
It's been a long day, ladies and gents.
Yes,
so
it has.
it's been a long 2 days, 3 days already.
I need to install a Dito SIM card in here.
Sadly, even for me, even if I
Connectivity.
put that. Connectivity.
Look at me.
Anyway, now that we are fooling around here in the caster's desk, we really want to have your thoughts, especially in the comment section. If you're not
Yes.
here in the venue today, who do you think is going to win this Control? Because so far, it is definitely a really close game here.
Yeah.
Control, it's a hard game mode to go and master, especially since it's only been out for a few months.
Yeah, you guys tell us in the chat, and we don't want to leave our beautiful audience out of the equation here. You guys tell us who you think is going to win. If you think Blacklist International Ultimate is going to win Control, give me a hell yeah! Okay. If you think Smart Omega is going to win Control, give me a hell yeah! All right, the audience thinks it's going to be Smart Omega. Let's see if Blacklist International Ultimate can change their minds. It's going to be that B-side first that they move on in here to rip away Smart Omega as they set this up. Nobody's taking those power positions. They just want to rip away Laundry, and it seems like the perfect plan is executed to perfection. They've already got 1 quadrant and this flag already. Let's see them rip up more.
And now this is going to be very difficult because the defense is going to be way better here in this map. But then unfortunately for Omega, they are on the attack firsthand. And now Blacklist International, very solid defense here so far. And this is such a hard hill to go and get.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. But the players of Blacklist International Ultimate, they know exactly what they're doing. But Smart Omega, they're just moving into this plan a little bit slowly, not switching it around, not moving in for that A flag at all. They know exactly how difficult it's gonna be. But if you do not get the boys of Blacklist International Ultimate confused, this now becomes way too easy for them to defend. From the Laundry side, they throw in 2 players, and they have the flank through the pillars as well. But everybody falls down like the walls of Jericho. It's gonna be 19 more as Blacklist International Ultimate loses the B flag. Only 1 more to defend as Jabin rips through those players. Blacklist International Ultimate do not suspect there's 1 guy sneaking around already to pull that A flag away.
Even in the kills from a while ago, 17, but then as 5 seconds went by, Blacklist does have the advantage. But knowing very well that Omega can go and perform, they can definitely even things out. This is not too far, not too shabby for OMG. And now,
You know what's the most painful way to die in a game?
through boxing?
No, Hunter Killer Drone.
especially in search and destroy. That's
Especially in
nasty.
control.
Yes.
I mean, the guy was just running around, risky, beautiful shot. But now let's see if or not they can circle around. Blacklist International Ultimate trying to flank around the players of Smart Omega trying to flank around Blacklist International Ultimate, and it looks like the plan is extremely sound. They get those back-to-back kills. Now the site gets opened up for the objective players to hop on in there to rip the flag away. Can they win their gunfights? The answer is yes. Can they with a two-piece? Yato trades Whoopi right back out, and a god nade provided by FDX takes Candy out of the equation. 9 more lives left for Smart Omega, and those flanks could have been executed a little bit more cleaner, Beef.
And now, not only that, the defense is already so solid from Blacklist with an Alpha just getting a little bit of a tick. At least that's one. But then Omega needs to go in there for the attack. That's going to be very hard. A 9 versus 5. 5 left here in Smart Omega's favor. That is not going to be a really great sign. But then, just as I said that, 7 and 3, still very doable for Blacklist International to win. But Smart Omega, knowing very well how smart that they can play, can probably pull out the kills. And speaking of, Risky gets one.
Just like me back in school, Smart Omega seems to be very bad at math here. They're just rushing in and they were running down in lives. But can they sustain their lives out there on the battlefield? Just 3 more to play with. Rage on the prone. Has got Idra for the backup as well. As they move on in to steal this squadron away, they pause that timer, and that's going to be super important. But Scared drops Rage. 1 more life left for the side of Smart Omega. And it looks like Blacklist International Ultimate has this in the bag.
And there you go. I mean, a while ago, their performance up against Almighty is a 0 and 3, but we are talking about a different team here. And so far, so good for Blacklist. And now we're going into the defense. We said it a while ago that this is more of a defensive side. And now if you start on the defense, you will definitely go and have a better chance of winning it. And now finally, Omega is on the defense. Go in there for the rush here in Gallery.
Smart Omega now sending 2 players out to protect that A flag. But as soon as they notice that there's no players there going on at all, those 2 players move on in for that flank. And that sound perfection in terms of strategy gets them those extra kills. 26 to 27. Blacklist International Ultimate need to respond to those flankers, and they do exactly that as Smart Omega prevents that first squadron takeover. They hop on into that flag, clearing out those players and clearing out those markers as well.
And now they get to flush it out. Omega, there's no more blue into that Bravo site. And now for Blacklist, they're having their sights off here in Alpha. There's no one left there. So yes, the take is going to come through. Really big kill coming in from Risky.
And this is what I was talking about. Smart Omega should have just focused on that A flag after they fail at B. And they've pulled that fake away here. And the possibility of pulling away 1 quadrant from that A control site is now possible. 3 players in there, but 1 is at money. And the one and only Whoopi, the best sniper in the Philippines, will go ahead to strike once again as Thin drops him out of the equation. That A flag still under a lot of danger here, Beef.
A really solid defense coming in here with Rage and Candy going in there for the backup. Not only that, Candy has the Sparrow to play with, gets 1, almost. There you go, doesn't really quite get the kill. It finally ends it. And even though the Sparrow was expired, doesn't matter because the Peacekeeper is just right there. Risky gets 1, and now the lives are dwindling for Blacklist. 11 and 18. Not only that, they're also struggling to get all the points here.
I love what Blacklist International Ultimate is doing. Focus on that A flag, change it over to B, and when all of those players rush on over, you switch it right back. You keep the players of Smart Omega guessing, and with that strategy, they pull away that B control flag, and now all they need to do is secure this A flag. How do they do it? Flank around. But do they have the numbers? Do they have the amount of lives? No. So they gotta treat this like a team deathmatch and win every single gunfight.
Rage is going to be very hard there, especially with Idra here on the prowl. Goes in there for the information, and everyone else from Blacklist International is spawned all the way back here in Garage. Really big kill from Skirt, and now 17-14. That's already more than half of lives gone.
Smart Omega doesn't need to push the boundaries here. They just need to wait for Blacklist International Ultimate to come running at them. Just hold on to those angles and shut them down. 7 to 14. They've got a lot of advantage in here, but 1 minute to go. Blacklist International Ultimate can afford to play this slow.
You already know there's going to be players funneling in from Garden because that's the only choice that they have. And even though, yes,
Nice.
Jabin having that really big kill is going to be really important, and Idra is going to be an absolute
Nice.
crazy kill. FDX finally
Nice.
kill. 7 and 11. Let's see if it's going to be convenient for them to go and make those kills. And 10 and 6, still very doable for Blacklist International. Now they're headed off into the point.
With a 7 life deficit, they've now reduced it to just 2. But now, Rage and Risky both step up at the very same time. FDX still providing hell a lot of kills for the side of Blacklist International Ultimate, reducing it just to a 2 life advantage for Smart Omega. They're dropping them down like flies, one after the other. Pin response. It is going to be that Gravity Vortex out for the pop. 3 to 2 now. Blacklist International Ultimate has got the number of Smart Omega. They want to dial it, but Smart Omega finishes it off.
And there we go. As when we thought that Omega had the advantage, the life advantage, Blacklist International can definitely go and fight that, and unfortunately for them, they also need to work on the objective, and that's why it's so hard to be on the attack, because your life and also going in for the point really matters. Where on the defense, you just have to sit there and just slay.
Yeah, but you also got to respect Smart Omega and the strategy earlier on. With those flanks, they managed to really dwindle down the numbers of Blacklist International Ultimate. Now let's see, Blacklist on the defense, Smart Omega taking that straightforward fight against them, but Blacklist is pissed. They're treating this like a team deathmatch. One life advantage now for the players of Blacklist, but here comes the Hunter Killer Drone, completely missing those players. Tries to hunt down for yet another, and will go down either way. Kendi taken down by Skirt. FDX serves it up once again, but the numbers all equal here, only to the advantage of the players of Smart Omega, who are on the attacking side.
And now, the really difficult situation for Blacklist International. And yes, they do have top control in Laundry, but then the B flag is going to be captured, and you already know this kind of strat. Bravo is going to be easier to go and defend, especially if you're going to be on the attack. And now the rotation kindly finds through, and they need to be careful. And speaking of Rage, with a very big Sparrow, but then Yato trades him out.
Yato, fantastic play, and Jabin steps up for the team as well. Just one life advantage for the players of Smart Omega as they all try to circle around towards this A control point. 4 players moving on at the very same time. Whoopi, the only flanker around. Can he get this win at this gunfight? It's a 1v1 with the one and only Jabin, and Whoopi shuts him down. Close range combat, gets that beautiful quick scope, and now he continues circling around. That flank is going to serve up well for the players of Smart Omega.
Now this is going to be very difficult, 14 and 17, but it's very
Oh,
easy,
what a play.
doable for Omega to go and pick this up. And Tin, though, gets risky. That's a really big play, but Idra going in with the Sparrow kills.
Beef, I'll tell you what Whoopi is doing. Whoopi is pulling off the greatest distraction in the world. He's keeping those numbers away from the defensive side and using that as the momentum. Smart Omega stealing away that A control point. Can they execute this to perfection? Whoopi still alive and kicking as he moves on in there through money. The rest of the players of Smart Omega on for that second quadrant takeover. 1 minute 32 seconds to play around with. Whoopi pulls out the Sparrow. Bye-bye Blacklist International Ultimate, as he will go in to shut them down one after the other.
They're spawning so far. And now for Omega, they need to go and try to go and pick it, but then a really big kill coming in from Whoopi. This man has been absolutely essential, especially with the sniper, and Blacklist can't even have any kind of response with it.
No, Blacklist still holding on here. One final quadrant to defend. They have got just 5 more lives left. FDX with a fantastic play off that Sparrow, hops on out, but gets punished with a backstab. Candy holding on to a great position. 3 objective players now for the side of Smart Omega. They're treating this like a team deathmatch. They need to slow it down. They've got 1 minute, but Blacklist can still punish.
And there you go. It's going to be really big for Jamin if he wins this gunfight. Almost gets the pick, but then gets taken out.
Yeah.
With a double kill, ending things out, and Omega gets another round.
Fantastic setup by Smart Omega. You know, Blacklist International Ultimate on the attack were slightly wiser to continuously change up their space, right? Move on for their A control, B control, continuously switching it up, keeping those players confused. But what works for Smart Omega are all of those flanking plays. And when you send Whoopi to flank around, everybody's afraid.
He has a sniper. He has the range to deal with that. And now speaking of, Whoopi
he's
gets
got
a
the
really
God
big
nades too.
God nade as well. And there you go. Now Risky denies it with the Sparrow.
Idra holding on to an angle can be beautiful shots. Even though he didn't have the bird's eye view, FDX takes him out from the back of 27-26. This is just a little scrappy as both teams just throwing their players in one after the other. Blacklist International Ultimate managing to secure 1 quadrant onto that B control site. Smart Omega on the other hand just holding on to Laundry, not brave enough to step up to challenge the players of Blacklist International Ultimate. This might bite them in the back.
Not only that, the Hunter Killertron already for, that's going to be difficult for Idra. He can definitely take it out, and there you go. Speaking of what's deployed, FDX though, really big double kill, and Risky gets the response as well. And now 21 and 22, even in the playing field. But B, you already know it's going to be captured. It's going to be time and time again. It's an easy mark to have. And now the rotation coming into Alpha is definitely going to be really important. But number 5, take a look at that. It's just going to be right in that spot in the bedroom where it's going to be really tricky because you won't expect them there.
This is a fantastic round for Blacklist International Ultimate because they haven't really wasted a lot of lives whilst trying to take over that B control flag. and the Pretty will eat up 2 players. And that's a fantastic drop coming through from the players of Blacklist International, Smart Omega, as Idra eats up 2 players. The numbers on the side of Smart Omega now, 15-16. Jabin making quick work of them. That Sparrow pulled out. He goes in for the 3rd slay as well. Can he turn around and make it 4? He cannot, but it doesn't matter. The damage has already been done just to slow down the pace of Smart Omega, whilst the rest of his players now flank around them.
A really good response coming from Blacklist, and not only the usage of the operator skills, but the score streaks as well. And Omega, oh my goodness, 3 in a row gets those kills, but then Risky as well. And it's all yellow in the kill feed. And there you go. What an amazing shot that we had over there. And you know what? Just like that, it's an 8 and 12.
Yeah, this is going to be a GGWP because Whoopi has got the cluster strike. Hello, cluster. Hello, Blacklist International Ultimate. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is just a quick announcement. This Dragonfire is sponsored by the one and only Cebu Pacific, who's also responsible for each and every single flight that brought in the Malaysians and Singaporeans.
That was so good, by the way. Let me just give you a high five for that, my good sir. And there you go. Speaking of a good time, Blacklist International, just 4 men left. 4 lives for them, and it's a good sign for Smart Omega with just 30 seconds left on the clock, and especially with Idra and Whoopi with the Sparrow, and also a cluster strike from Whoopi. They can definitely end it here.
Thank you for coming, Blacklist International Ultimate. Smart Omega. They secure control, and I guess we know the answer now. Even if Blacklist International Ultimate does manage to rip away this next hardpoint match, SND is where it'll all go down. Unless Smart Omega can show us that they have got the quality to meet Blacklist International Ultimate on their best game mode and slay them where they stand.
You know, before this broadcast, I was actually thinking, you know what? Why do I have a feeling Blacklist International is actually going to meet Omega again?
Yeah.
And they will have a game number 4 in takeoff. And that's what we're going to have right now. And yes, they are undefeated here. How many times? 5 times. I think it's time for Omega to try and stop that trajectory.
And I think Whoopi can make a difference in this next matchup, right? The question is he going to whip out that right tech AMR? Because one of the greatest things about this map is that the very first hardpoint, super open. And in those open spaces, Whoopi will truly fly through his opponents. Right tech AMR is a weapon that he has already used to punish so many people so many times, but that was mostly in control. At takeoff, that first hardpoint, that could be a game changer. Get dropped, switch back over to your KSP, move on in for that second hardpoint. This can be done, but it all depends on the execution beat.
Omega needs to do something different because so far, whatever strategy that Blacklist plays here in this map, it has been working out every single time. Took out AMT, took out Omega in the first game that they had today, and now they need to have some sort of different play. Either it's going to be the right tech or maybe an SKS coming in from Whoopi. They just need to pick things up if they really don't want to bring it to around number 5 because Summit SND, that is a wild card for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Speaking of wild cards, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's see if or not our analysts managed to spot anything that Beef and I missed. Callie, Neptune, take it away.
Thank you very much, AJ and Beef Mommy. And we'd like to point out one thing as well. Like from the start of this game, it has been a classic Blacklist International gameplay, International Ultimate gameplay on Control. But one thing that Smart Omega did is they turned it around on the second match. The second round in there is where they studied the previous gameplay that has been used by Blacklist International Ultimate and put it against them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have to agree with you on that take. You know, Blacklist International Ultimate, they take the first round, but Omega made up for it in that second round. And again, of course, it's a defensive round, so that's guaranteed to win.
Exactly.
But what's more important here is Omega stealing a map or stealing a round on the offensive side of things.
Right.
And with that happening, it snowballed. Omega took one of that offensive round, and the next thing you know, it was 3-1. But I gotta admire one thing, you know, Omega Whoopi using that right tech AMR, and this guy has been an absolute distraction, especially when he was playing on that second round where obviously he was sent out by the team to play on that laundry side, and it turned the attention of Blacklist International Ultimate to that side of things.
Yeah, I mean, if you read it correctly, if you were watching the previous match that Blacklist International Ultimate had on this map and mode, you can easily read that situation and find a way to turn it around. And I guess the first round was just a test, wherein if it's still the same gameplay that Blacklist International Ultimate will be offering, but with that signal that they can use, or they have used that same gameplay. They took the win, but the moment they went into the second, the third, it was just Smart Omega right there going in for the turnaround, countering all the gameplays that Blacklist International Ultimate can put into play.
One thing that really lacked for me in that round number 3, Blacklist International Ultimate, this was the play. It was a 2v6, right? They only have 2 life count left. They had the opportunity to strike back, but unfortunately, Omega just played it for the trades because they know they have life counts that they can risk to play for those kills. And then eventually, that was pretty smart for them to use, and they will take the third map, the 1-3 scoreboard that control raid. Rage 33 and 22, Risky 25 and 22, either with 21 and 21 or 1.1 KD. But, these 3 players are absolutely insane. But without Whoopi's distraction, it wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing that you understand your position, your teammate's position.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about the trades in there. It's more of baiting them to move around, flushing them out from hiding. Because at that moment, before Whoopi was able to make the move or has been spotted, no one was moving. No one was spotted at that point. So it's his job to flush out anyone hiding out. He might be traded, but he wasn't. He was able to go and kill after kill and after kill, thus dwindling the lives of Blacklist International Ultimate in that point.
It's a pretty devastating loss here for Blacklist International Ultimate because although it was a map picked by Smart Omega, they had to pick the side. They were given the chance to pick up the side, right?
Yeah.
So with Control being a defensive-oriented game mode, they could have had that win, but they didn't because Blacklist International Ultimate, they started to drop their bodies, and every time they drop, it makes things easier for Smart Omega to create the push, and they were able to make sure that they build those score streaks. That we did see from them.
Yeah, there's one thing that I would say, once you know the meta of a specific map and mode, is you need to find out a way to counter it. And we keep saying that. Every time they jump in, whichever team, every time they jump in on Control, we keep saying that it's a defensive mode. And most on the defense will be able to take a win on this. Now, if you know that, one thing that will pop in mind is, if I have an offense, how can I counter it and make it to our favor? So I guess that's what happened. But enough for Control. We are now going into the next hard point. I'm well excited into this game, and this might be it. This might be the end point for this match.
This is the end, or this could be the end here because map 4 takeoff is where we are going to see Smart Omega get taken care of by Blacklist International Ultimate. As you can see, map number 4, that's where we're going to be, and it's going to be our casters once again, AJ and Beef Mammy bringing in that show.
Thank you very much, boys. And you know what? If you ask me, Beef, I do not want the match to end just yet. I mean, if we are going to finish off Garena Master Season 3, I want to see it happen on an SND.
Oh, no. Not only that, we want to make it into a reset if it actually happens. You want to make this as long as possible.
Do you guys want to reset? I'm pretty sure the Smart Omega fans don't really want to reset, but Blacklist International Ultimate, that's exactly what they're playing for, right? They want to try to break the code, but can they break the spirit of Smart Omega, who has just now doubled? They are now pumping the adrenaline through their veins, mainly because of that victory on Control, which was very, very dominating. Initially, it seemed like Blacklist International Ultimate had the better end of the stick, right? Their rotations, their constant switching from one control point to the other was catching out the players of Smart Omega. But it was the flank at the end of the day. And now as we move on into hardpoint, perhaps we might see a little bit more of those flanks as well. Because if you take a straightforward fight against the players of Blacklist at takeoff, bye-bye.
We already saw it here in our hardpoint number 1. Firing range already before we've played it. And Blacklist International won that even knowing that Omega chose that map. And now, Takeoff has been the baby of Blacklist. And now Omega, I'm pretty sure they've prepared for this map. They already know, okay, if we win this coin toss, they will for sure 100% get Takeoff for their map.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. And if Smart Omega actually manages to bag Takeoff hardpoint, I think that's going to be one of the most epic victories as well. Because you walk straight into the home of Blacklist International Ultimate, and then you steal away the whole championship. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys can actually steal a giveaway from us.
And there you go. Take a look at that. Oh, the right tech. Speaking of the right tech, we were talking about this gun. There's a reason why this is special. And if you want this beautiful skin, there you go. take a screenshot of this code because it's gonna go bye-bye. And obviously, we're gonna need to do a screenshot as well after this cast, AJ. We're gonna need to do another round. But let's talk about this gun really quick. We mentioned before here that Whoopi needs to go and switch possibly. That could be one of the routes that they can have just to stop this push coming in from Blacklist here in takeoff.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. You want to use or you want to abuse that right tech AMR as much as possible since the SVD is no longer allowed in the competition. That sweat escape most definitely can make you guys look absolutely smooth as you strike those hits, just like how Whoopi strikes those hits as well. But at takeoff here, they are fighting against the current. If they can actually swim through it, okay, what do you think? Is it even possible? Because once again, many teams have tried. Many teams have failed. Smart Omega themselves have failed.
It's the rotation going into P3 is the most important. I mean, obviously, Contest Hill is going to be P1.
Yeah.
P2 is something that Blacklist is also really good at. Just contest it. Keep contesting it. You already know not a lot of points are going to be in P2, but the rotation into P3 is going to be really key. Not only that, they need to set up into P4 as well.
Yes.
Generator spawn is something that they really need to go and pursue.
Generator spawns, but not too early. It's always
Exactly.
better to
Time.
take away that spawn towards the second half of P3 so that you can string it into P4 as well and continue that momentum into P4. Let's see exactly what the players of Smart Omega and Blacklist International Ultimate have for us. As the match kicks off, it will be just one guy moving on to the scaffolding on the side of Blacklist International Ultimate. All the players of Smart Omega getting stunned halfway through, but it doesn't matter. They hop onto that hill straight away.
And now the battle for scaffolding is definitely going to ensue. And right now, Blacklist International gets a hold of that. But then just as I said that, we get to see the
Ooh,
shutdown right now
beautiful.
from Tin.
Beautiful. That flank from Tin, just playing the strategy of Smart Omega against them. And that's exactly what you need to do. Do not take the conventional route. Do not take a straightforward approach, but make sure you continuously keep your opponents guessing as to where you're going to pop out from. And that is going to be the greatest strength of Smart Omega. Tin just giving them the answers from the get-go.
And now that is going to be something that you really need to take because, I mean, like you said, unconventional plays, they were going to funnel in through, and now you go in for the backside, and that's what they're known for. Omega did that in control, and now Blacklist International is doing the same thing here, but finally the scrap points funneling in through from Omega, and now, not only that, they also have a hold of P2, but then two players coming in from Blacklist International already there.
Yeah, Blacklist International Ultimate just a little late for the party, but they know how to have fun. Look at them rip away 25 points from that hard point. Only 14 on the side of Smart Omega, but anchor spawns held on by Smart Omega. Blacklist International Ultimate doesn't really care. They hop on straight into that hard point because they just want to win some gunfights.
Oh, it's a back and forth like we really like to see here in P2, but so far contest all the way through, and now Tin, really big player here, and Skirt gets that triple kill, and now Jabin tries to go in there as well for the kill. But then, it's all Blacklist International here in this hill. We already know that they're so good here, and now we just need to see a contest from Omega.
Oh, this is just spectacular performance by Blacklist International Ultimate, mainly because Smart Omega, they were expecting someone to come in there and break their spawns. Instead, what Blacklist International Ultimate did was just take the fight straight up into the hard point in itself, and then the God spawns over at Generators just encourage them to break the spawns of Smart Omega. The game is kind of helping out Blacklist International Ultimate. Smart Omega now trying to fight against the current. 9 more seconds to go. They pick up the scraps and they send just one anchor in here for the play. Idra, he needs to win every single gunfight. Starts it off with winning one. Tin all tagged up. Idra drops him as well.
Idra, really big kills. He was the only one left, but unfortunately for him, Jamin is there for the backup, but it's a good thing that it gave Kenny enough time to go in there for the retake as well. And so, I feel like that's a really big kill there because, I mean, he stopped the push coming in from Blacklist.
Yeah, absolutely right. And Smart Omega now, they're just playing this a little bit safely. They spawn in not the most advantages of spots, but how are they going to pull that flank? As they try to pull that flank off, Skirt just drops a Freddy on Risky's head, taking him out of the equation, stopping him from streaking himself up. And whilst the players of Smart Omega try to circle it around, Blacklist International Ultimate absorbing so many of these points to their side.
Oh, goodness. Do you need to see a contest here really quickly? But Candy with a really big kill takes out FDX. And there you go. Candy yet again, over and over. Clears out the side. But then Jabin with the Sparrow is definitely going to be very hard with the guidance of FDX as well. And just like that, it's still going to be Blacklist yet again. But they need to go and contest it and move on to the next hard point.
Yes, Smart Mega now managing to pull away those spawns, but Skirt and Tin going to town with Smart Mega, shutting them down one after the other, and now he's the only player left in this equation. He hops on to the second floor, but Smart Mega detect him anyway and drop him out instead. And the players of Blacklist International Ultimate now being forced to spawn out of cranes. This is not super far away, but you really want to hold on to those generators. Now they're bashing their heads in once again. This is the opportunity for Smart Mega to make a comeback.
That is the comeback that they really needed. As 31-90, the score is a little bit far off, as most of the points of Blacklist International got in P2, P3, and now P4. Now that is where Omega shines. And speaking of, they have a lot of points here. Can maybe go in for a full 60, but then the contest does fall through, and that's going to be very hard as the pinch ensues for Blacklist.
Fantastic play, Risky pulls out the Sparrow, goes to town with those players, turns around, but FDX is there to equalize him out. Whoopi and Risky taken out of the equation. Those streaks are immediately stopped, and unfortunately, as Kendi drops FDX, it was close enough for Yato to trade him out instead. 103 to 45, Blacklist International Ultimate. They're trying to run away with this matchup, and what a fantastic break of this hill. But 8 more seconds here for the scrap points, and they don't even get that. Smart Omega starting to get hungry.
Starting to get hungry, but then it's almost going to be a 50-point club going in for Omega. They need to go and choose a point right now, and so far we have the power position already obtained by Blacklist International. They need to find a way to stop him, and then so far there's really nothing that they can do. But then it's a good thing they can go in for rotate. They already had a little bit of points here in P1, but they still need to go in for a power position.
The cluster strike in the hands of Skirt can do a lot of damage to the players of Smart Mega. When is he going to bring it out? The timing of the score streak is going to be extremely important. As Smart Mega now manages to break the hill, Skirt still plays the game of patience. 38 seconds to go. This hard point not conquered by either side. Blacklist International Ultimate, I love this. They're just streaking themselves up. They don't want the points.
They don't want the points because they're going to use it later on, and it's going to be an even more devastating blow, and Omega needs to go and find a response because so far the struggle is real and the points are already contested. 19 seconds after the clock, and every point needs to be taken right now from Omega. Not only that, rotation as well. Big 2-piece from Tin and an assist from FDX as well. Another one here from Tin. Not only that, he's going to be having that gravity vortex.
Yes, Smart Mega's trying really hard, but Blacklist International Ultimate, not only are they dominating, but they've got all of those score streaks as well as operators to turn this match around. If at all Smart Mega tries to make a comeback. Tin and FDX, that beautiful combo drops one after the other. The players on the side of Smart Mega, but 64 to 128. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, Cebu Pacific is sponsoring this Dragonfire as it gets all of the information from up top. Don't forget, you can also head on to Cebu Pacific Airlines Facebook page to get more information as well as a little bit of a discount.
Flying into the skies, giving us all of that information. Thank you so much, Cebu Pacific, and also to that lucky winner that actually had that round trip ticket, always. But anyway, here we go, back into the action. There you go, Javin already having 18 to his name. He can go in there for the assist, but doesn't really quite get, and gets taken out. They need to go and contest this Omega because 160 and 64, it's going to be close to a 200 just like that.
Blacklist International Ultimate getting super confident here. They've already released their anchor spot already. Smart Mega can take over the spawns, but no, they feed the players of Blacklist International Ultimate all of these points, and they double down for a super early rotation into P3, and this is the kind of play that gets punished, Beef.
Let's see if they're able to utilize this time, going in for the early rotate. And I mean, the only way that it's gonna go in their way is if they get a full 60, but then Blacklist, they know how to go in retake. This already happened in P4 where Omega went in there for the early rotation, but then the break really just pulled through. It's a good thing though, because you get to see a lot of points left, but the pinch finally ensues here for Blacklist.
So the players of Blacklist International Ultimate really not being forced to use their score streaks at all, and Skirt is just saving them all up for a rainy day. When is it gonna start to pour? I don't know. So far in the Philippines, it's been raining back to back, but out there on the battlefield, just not yet. And the operator that's brought out by Jabin instantaneously shut down. Sparrow doesn't really work. Jabin taken out of the equation from his own doing. And 2 on the side of Smart Mega will allow them to break that hill once again.
Big kills from Whoopi, that really big double piece, especially from that grenade. They get to have a lot of points here. And you know what? So far, so good. They finally got really decent points, but the fight is still not over because P4, they can still get a lot of kills here and also a lot of points, but you already are greeted by 4 different players of Blacklist International.
Smart Mega, the investment into all of those early rotations seems to have paid off just a little bit, but they cannot string it into P4. Freddy gets dropped, Skirt only eats 1, but that's a very important play to take take out of the equation the one and only Whoopi, and finally the cluster strike gets dropped on their heads as well. Blacklist International Ultimate, now they just need to focus on their backs, but guess what? The players of Smart Omega are spawning behind the cluster strike at Graves. Perfect play by Blacklist.
Yeah, that is a really good play coming in from the cluster. The timing is just great, and now the map knowledge, knowing very well that the spawns are going to be there, stops the push, and now it's a good thing though that Omega still gets that 30 seconds. They can bag this. It's still very doable for them to make a comeback here.
Freddy gets dropped, takes absolutely nothing. 194 to 120. And the players of Smart Omega now can sustain their lives in here, but Blacklist International Ultimate doesn't really need to force the case. As they move on in, they might just allow Smart Omega to streak themselves out. So they just have to play the game of patience, and they do exactly that. Doubling back down. They want to go in for that early rotation. Let's see if or not they can secure those power positions. They do exactly that. One play on scaffolding, but immediately eliminated by Whoopi. That's a big play.
Omega needs to do the same thing that Blacklist International did before in the reset. Just gather up your kills, and now the score streaks and also the operator skills already handy for Omega. And 144 and 194, that is not far off already. Not just that, the points already gathered here in P1.
Blacklist allowing the players of Smart Omega to just catch up in a little bit, and all those streaks already used up earlier on, but they do have the operators to work with. Smart Omega does have a couple of operators on their side as well. It's all going to be about the timing. 203 to 148, 50 points for the catch-up just to equalize with Blacklist International Ultimate, but Blacklist continues to run away. This open hard point not being dominated by Smart Omega at all, and I'm actually surprised that nobody is on those power positions.
This is supposed to be a contest point, but right now, you get to see Blacklist International making this into a money hill. And there's no contest whatsoever until to this point, but there's only 20 seconds left. That would have been big points coming in from Omega, but then
GG.
Predator missile.
Exactly. Yato happened. Ranger Nidra taken out of the equation, and now Blacklist International Ultimate once again tries to bait the players of Smart Omega to pick up those scrap points just so that they can continue streaking themselves up. But Whoopi will turn around, takes Yato out of the equation. Just a little bit of a payback for that Freddy earlier on. But the anchor spawns by Blacklist over here at P2 might be the game changer as well as the finisher at this takeoff match.
And now really big kills coming in from Skurd. That is going to be very troublesome as he reaches 40 kills already to his name, but risking with a really big double piece. And now that's going to be difficult. He already knows people are spawning all the way there. Not only that, 10 with the gravity vortex is going to be really hard because they deny all the entrances, gets those kills, and that is going to be really hard. But then finally the break comes through. Really big kill from Risky.
You want to talk about timing with your operators? This is the kind of timing you want to pull out. Javen going to down with the players of Smart Omega, and they want to force a game number 5, but Smart Omega manages the break. No anchors being held on to, but it's just 25 seconds to play for. This is the fight of their lives. Can Smart Omega close things off? Blacklist International Ultimate says hell no as they take away this hard point. They've got enough time to finish things off.
Enough time for them, and then you can see all the blues trying to go in there, trying to go in for the contest. And yes, they do. They stop the clock just for a little bit. Big kill coming in from Tin. 236. Now that's going to be doable for them. They need to go in there for the rotation. They cannot end it in this hill. Not only that, scrap points already for their name, but then take a look at that. There's only one person over there. It's just Rage going in there. Rage is the only person left here in this hard point.
Smart Omega, they might have been able to stop the bleeding, but they don't have a doctor by their side. Blacklist International Ultimate, they've already bled them out enough already. Smart Omega, they just need to believe in a miracle, and a miracle is just not available. The favorable spawns on the side of Blacklist International Ultimate. 45 more seconds to go, and Blacklist International Ultimate won't be able to secure this as long as they win this next gunfight. They do, but Smart Omega continues living.
There you go, the life after life, but then 250 and 169. Blacklist International, they continue their streak here in takeoff hardpoint, and we're forcing it into a game number 5, Summit SND. But let's talk about this game first. All throughout, we thought that Omega probably had some sort of answer after playing this game already.
Yeah.
It just says that they don't have.
I mean, Smart Omega and I, we go way back. I think the boys are just giving me what I want. They're like, okay, Mustafa, you want SND? Let's go SND, let's go.
Well, it's a good thing for them that they're really good at S&D. We saw it a while ago. But back to the play. I feel like going back into that last hill,
Yeah.
Rage was the only one there. He had the Sparrow. I feel like he would have made the biggest difference, but he accidentally took himself out. Unfortunate. Great guy, amazing guy, but you know, it just happens sometimes.
Yeah, and you saw the players of Smart Omega trying their very best, but they were just outclassed at takeoff, right? The rotations were perfect, but if you ask me, the biggest pain point for me was the fact that Smart Omega wasn't making full use of Whoopi. Whoopi wasn't taking all of those power positions. The second floor of Aurora launch, nobody went there. You know, and the second floor of control room, nobody went there.
the height advantage coming in from Blacklist International, they always had that. And good point, Whoopi was not there. No one was there. They tried to go in there, and we're not saying they're not trying to go for the power position, but they're just losing all the gunfights every single time. We saw it already in the first hill, entering this first game, where, yes, 3 players got in, and then 1 player from Omega gets rid of him, but then Tin with the backstab. That's just how IQ plays the Blacklist International has. There's a reason why they beat Almighty here in this map.
Yeah, Smart Omega might have some knowledge on their side in terms of how to dominate takeoff, but Blacklist International Ultimate just a cut
Different
above
level.
them, right? They're just a different level. I mean, you could say, the mastery of this map could be shown on the side of Smart Omega, where they knew exactly where to look when the players of Blacklist International Ultimate went in there to secure those spawns. But you know what? Before I continue breaking down, I think our analysts are already hyped up to give us the breakdown of what happened in the matchup. Neptune, Cali, tell us what you think.
Well, that was just a classic Blacklist map pick. Efficient rotations, breaks, and perimeter defense was just on point.
Yeah.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong for Smart Omega. Everything that could go right went right for Blacklist International Ultimate. And now we have a map number 5.
Yeah, we do have a map number 5. It's looking like, the way it's looking like is that was a Blacklist, Smart Omega, Blacklist. And that is still on takeoff.
Wait,
Now,
are
we still
seeing-
have to wait for what will be happening in the last map because this is, like, previously we have Raid, but they've done with Raid, we are going in the Summit. But I'm not surprised that Blacklist International Ultimate take that takeoff.
Yeah.
Beef Mami had already mentioned about this streak, and they're maintaining that streak.
They're maintaining that streak rather indeed in this hard point. Just basically efficient Blacklist International Ultimate. And I mean, the last time they still went on a hard point, it was absolutely the boys of Blacklist International that won 250 to 246 in that hard point summit. But then again, 18 to 49 was the score of the game in that first 2 set of hard points. But then again, for Blacklist International Ultimate, Thin was so great. Yato was so efficient with the way he breaks the kills. I mean, we did see Smart Omega try to create a couple of breaks, but they were holding the points for a brief moment, and it was majorly Blacklist International Ultimate holding the point.
Yeah, I mean, but I can't deny the feeling that this might be a game wherein, apart from Blacklist International Ultimate doing well in this map, can't shake that feeling that what AJ mentioned. Smart Omega really wants to go in for that search and destroy. That is one of the best modes wherein these 2 kings can face off, really show each other who is the best. Yes, we've seen a mirror of what we have in there, but this is where we question our knowledge and understanding of both of these teams once we get to that round number 5. But let's check out our post-game breakdown. So far, Whoopi has done well in here as well as Rage. It is the same for the side. Unfortunately, they lost. But on this side, Yato is in there on the top frag, reaching 50 once again. And Skurd following behind. Now, this is different because Skurd, so far from the previous round that we've seen, not so much, not that high in terms
Yeah.
of kills.
Yeah, absolutely. And Scared, it's all about the bounce back here.
Yeah.
You want to go for that reset, Scared needs to step up because he's been one of the pillars here for Blacklist International Ultimate. And with him stepping up here, very useful for Blacklist International for Ultimate for making the comeback happen. But, for Yato, he's been so great at hard points. 52 kills on that hard point earlier at firing range. Now 51, averaging a 51.1 kills per game in this finals. Truly phenomenal. This guy's unfazed.
Yeah, I mean, truly unfazed. But I want to see how much they can put into this. I mean, we're done with 4 maps already. The exciting part is they will be going for Search and Destroy. Now, Summit map, Search and Destroy. This is not the first time they face off each other. This is not new for both of these teams. And one thing that I'm expecting, those angles, those corners, those open spots that they can take, the power positions, as already well known. The question is, who can take it better and who can counter it?
It's just a matter of adjusting at this game. And again,
Exactly.
we did talk about strategies, but I feel like what's going to be more important here between these 2 teams is how well they get those first bloods to keep their team going in every round that they take. I mean, Smart Omega earlier at that map number 2 was so great at getting those first bloods as they were really successful at taking over the rounds when they do get it. But here for Blacklist International Ultimate, this is it. Will they be able to adjust because they can't afford to lose anymore?
Yeah, I mean, and they cannot afford to lose. Otherwise, it's over. Just with one game. We are asking for another game between these two. I mean, to really weed out who is the best as well as who will be taken down in here. Same as the previous season. From the previous season, like they had two fights, two sets, two sets of series against these two. And if this ends with one game, like I might feel that one team has already lost it for their side.
That's a really a tough question. I don't want to think about it because it makes my mind blown away. But since this is Summit and this is going to be, I believe, a map pick for Smart Omega, they will be able to show us a lot of surprises inside this game. And obviously, once again, we would like to thank our official telco partner, Dito, official hotel partner, Winford, and of course, Marriott Manila, Logitech. I mean, this wouldn't be possible without them.
Yeah, and we are still live at Marriott Manila, and we're excited to see this last game for the series. And hopefully it's not the last game for today, because a lot of fans out there don't want to be disappointed that easily. But we are going in for that search and destroy map, and I'm pretty sure our casters are excited as well to see and shoutcast to give out the hype in this game. We have the Musashi AJ and Beef Mommy. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Neptune. Thank you, Cali. Summit SND. The players of Smart Omega have already hopped on in here, and they got punished by the West Point Mamba Low Kings. That might just be a little bit of a premonition, perhaps, for the reset of our bracket.
Again, this is going to be a wild card because they also won against Envy Doctors, but obviously this is a different team that we like to see.
Different level altogether.
Exactly. I mean, we were also in LAN. So I feel like this is going to be a little bit harder on the snipers and try to go and deny Whoopi of that snipes. But obviously, he already knows the angles. You already have really cheeky plays, especially coming in from cable car.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the problem here is that Whoopi might not be able to shine all the way through. We've seen FDX respond to his snipes one too many times in here. We might just see that continue to happen at Summit. The match is about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We know you are gripping onto your seats. You're waiting for this. You are waiting to see if or not Smart Omega can clinch this, or if Blacklist International Ultimate will break that bracket and break the code of Smart Omega once again and take their throne back.
Let's see what will happen here. Is it going to be a reset? Will Blacklist International bring things into a reset, or can Omega end it here? Because you already know SND, they love this matchup, and we're finally here. Is it going to be the last game, or are we going to have a restart? Summit SND, here we go, AJ.
Omega leading the way. Pag natalo ng Blacklist, wala na. Omega is the winner.
To see if they can get a
Comeback
hit
nila.
so that they get that extra bit of information on the
Retaining
position.
pala,
Yato,
retaining.
in the first engagement, manages to beautifully drop a player, but it trades
Final
him
game,
out. The numbers
SND.
are equal instantaneously, but FDX with those snipes, we talked about that, but he finds no angle, no quick scope to hit just yet, and Whoopi playing it patiently as Idra slides on in and takes FDX out of the equation.
Nadali ni
Idra with a
Idra.
double, risky traded out. The numbers advantage, though, to Smart Omega.
This is a really fast round, and if you just saw it right now, you probably thought it was just like a hard point or something. So a
Big
cheeky
one.
spot. Really big spot here. Candy gets
Bye-bye,
spotted by
Candy.
Jen.
Oi!
Gets away with his life, and there you go. Potatoes a shot. And now that's going to be really
You
good.
gotta hate the I mean, it's the KSP. It's the burst gun. That's the
Sabi
main
nga,
reason why I
KSP
don't use this
maganda.
gun, man. I just don't have enough skill. Jabin, on the other hand, he will be very annoyed that he missed those shots. Scared, he spots the wrong spot, but he doesn't need to worry because Rage got his back, and Rage shuts down the final two players.
Double kill. And now, I want to go back to that conversation with the KFSP. I feel like if he had another gun, probably like a Peacekeeper, probably
Yes,
would have
ma'am.
gotten that kill. But Candy goes away with his life, and
Yeah.
there you go. Round number 1 going in for the favor of Blacklist. I mean, Omega rather. But we are going to pause things down just a little bit.
Reset.
A little bit of a break here because we want to extend game number 5. Just really quickly, the players need to just chill out just for a second. And AJ,
Yeah.
what we saw a while ago, that first round, now that is a good momentum shift
What's
going
this
to the side
mean?
of it.
Angaling?
I think it's a applause for the deaf community. Wala. It means wala, none.
Okay, I thought angaling.
Ang galing.
That's what I thought.
You want me to teach you some more Tagalog
Yes,
words?
ma'am.
Never mind, I can't say it here in broadcast.
Ay, ay, ay. You're not like my fans. They teach me every single bad word in the Tagalog dictionary there is to learn. Yeah, you see them cheering? Yeah. They are the people. They did it. You know, I had to replace all of those words with pusangala. The fans are alive at Marriott Manila, but can I hear you guys make some noise?
Oh, I see you. There's like a jumping over there.
Can I hear
The
you
bench
make some
start.
noise? And that's the kind of hype that this match
Oh,
needs.
acha, acha. I saw that. We're going to do that later on.
We might. We just might. The match is about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's hop on through all of the comedy and get right back into the action. 1-0 so far. Risky. Does he pick the bomb up? No. Mr. Kendi as usual. Objective player. Heading on straight for that bomb site. There's 3 players on the side of Blacklist International. Ultimate go ahead to stack it. 1 on the rotation, just making sure nobody takes a peek at A just yet, Beef.
And now, that's going to be an essential spot from Candy. Goes in there for the jump shots. No information whatsoever. Already knowing that 2F is going to be absolutely vacant. And now the bomb holder. It's going to be Candy. He's going to be really quiet. But Yato with a really big pick. Whoopi's going to go down. Now that's going to be very troublesome for Omega.
You know, Yato's the only guy that's stopping me from screaming, "The best sniper in the Philippines!" He's literally the only guy because Whoopi just cannot take those fights up against him 1v1 and dominate just yet. There might have been a few of those
Si
engagements.
Yato na palang
Whoopi
best
hasn't managed
sniper
to
ngayon
prove
kaysa kay
that
Whoopi.
He is truly the best. Perhaps this is that game. Perhaps this is that match. Rage, on the other hand, will step up for the squad. Kendi, just around the corner, has that backup from Rage. Everybody else from the side of Blacklist International Ultimate taking their spots on that second floor of this control room.
And now it looks like they really want to go and engage in Alpha. But there's going to be one player that's going to be Jabin on the corner. You already know that is a hot spot as to the defense of Alpha. And now Risky needs to be very quiet, and there you go, Jabin. That's what it happens. Risky doesn't check your corner, and Candy tries to take the shots, but then Jabin goes away with his life, tries to go in for that 1 kill for Rage. Again, it's a back and forth. It's still very doable for both these teams.
Oh, Rage just buying the team so much of time, but the bomber not taking advantage at all. Kendi finally goes in there, completes that plant, and backs away from this equation. Let's see if or not Idra can hold on to this bomb site. He is that one and only anchor that has managed to obliterate so many enemies, but Rage once again steps up for the team, plays the distraction, plays the Rage, and he is the Slayer. You
There
won
you
on your
go.
side. Rage, the man.
A 3K for Rage. And that's why he is picked up here in Smart Omega and finally triggered discipline in his favor. 2-0. And now if you're Blacklist, you need to take a little bit of a breather because yes, they played passive, but they need to play it for the retake. They need to find a way to change the rhythm once they don't have the numbers anymore.
FDX. Spot anyone out just yet. Risky on the other hand. Information on the side of AG. Skirt shuts down Rage. That's the biggest kill coming through so far from the side of Blacklist International Ultimate. But AG trying to make big kills here. Doesn't really have the confidence to go in for the engagement. Has a little bit of backup in Yato as well. It's going to be a 2v1. The bomber right above them hasn't hopped on down just yet. AG holding on to the angles. Has got a present. It's in the name of Kendi, but he just turns around and trades him out. FDX takes the quick scope against Whoopi. And all of them stopping Whoopi from shouting out. Skirt, beautiful 2-piece. And just like that, Blacklist International Ultimate back in control.
It's all up to Idra.
2v1.
You know this guy can try to go and clutch it up, but it's not going to make it very easy. Takes out Jabin. Needs to slow it down just a little bit more. Does take up the bomb. And now, what are you going to do? You're going to go in for the early rotation. Here you go. Perfect timing, but then does get the kill. Idra gets the clutch. Perfect read. And there you go. A 3-0 into the favor of Omega.
Psych, baby. You should wait for the blood. Beautiful plays coming through
talo
from Idra.
Blacklist ka.
Understanding the mental state of the
3-0
opponent.
on
Understanding
SND.
that is his position. Where else could he go? Obviously, from the side of the green radar station, steps on in there, says hello, says bye-bye, and on to round number 4 we go. Yato fully tagged up, but Whoopi tries to go in for the quick scope, stuns his opponent as well, but repositions as FDX shuts down Kendi. Rage taken out of the equation, and now Blacklist International Ultimate trying their best to fight back. This stun can make the biggest of difference, but the timing is off. Idra still toasted up. Whoopi holds back. No quick scope coming through, and Risky takes down FDX as he gets traded out. Fantastic play by Blacklist to make
Umabol
their
ang
way back.
Blacklist
That is
dito.
a really great usage of your utils here. Blacklist International knowing very well that you don't push if you don't put out a stun, a nade, and that's what they did. And Whoopi could have easily gotten that kill, but went in for the readjustment as well. Still a pretty good play, but Blacklist International just did it a little bit better.
Like I said, right, Whoopi He needs to find that answer for FDX and Yato. Currently, 0-4. His KDs are suffering in this matchup. But if there's one thing that we know, this kid is a late bloomer sometimes. Rage takes Skirt out, Idra traded out by Yato. The numbers still equal. But Kendi and Rage both tagged up, so they cannot rush on fourth. Whoopi, on the other hand, misses a good shot. And still continues to struggle. That might just be what it takes for Blacklist to take over.
But then 3v4 is going to be the situation here. But you know very well that
Oh
Omega's
my
definitely going to be
Lord.
there for the response.
It's 4v1.
That is unfortunate. And FDX gets that kill and a reported kill, but then the crossfire coming in from
Omega.
Omega steals
Smart
them
is
another
gonna
spot
win
here.
this, I'm sure.
Slowly but
4-0
surely,
na eh.
they can finally see the
4-1 pala,
championship.
4-1.
But you know what? Blacklist International, they will not let that slide. They just need to do whatever they did into that round
galing.
number 3 and secure another round here, or just to make things more even.
The attention is
Tatapusin na nila
usually
to.
to take Whoopi out of the equation, but this time around, Whoopi is not really doing himself a lot of favors as Yato drops the God nade onto Risky. Amazing spot by Rage, and he wins that gunfight against Yato. Numbers all equalized. Rage repositions, has got Idra for a little bit of backup as well. Can we see a God nade fly through Whoopi? He gets stunned halfway through, still holds on to his position, trying to spot out the players from the side of cable car platform. Nobody in just yet. Whoopi, beautiful
Nice.
scope, gets the first kill of the game.
A first yet essential kill coming in from Whoopi, and he already knows there's going to be one person right there, right behind the
Blacklist
rock.
3.
And all he needs to do is to scope
Omega.
in. And now for
So-
Idra, he's going to make sure that there's no, there's
kita na.
no going to be anyone there. But then Rage has one
Two of
the
them,
kill.
dali
But then
ka.
Jabin gets the kill. So, you know what?
Planting
Still very
bomb.
doable. A 3v2, and Blacklist needs to stick together and take down Whoopi right now. But no, it doesn't really
3v1.
happen. FDX falls down. 1v3. And this is going to be really hard to go and overtake. And Jabin, he needs to go and isolate them.
Jabin's a great player, but the clutch factor that AG usually brings in,
Yes,
just not on
panalo
his
na.
side. Kendi takes the final kill. And Smart Omega just so much closer to closing this competition off.
Buti sila nakapag
We're here,
Marriott.
round
nakapag
number
Marriott nga rin pala ako sa
7.
vlog ko. Paano na yung vlog
We're
ko?
hearing the chants.
Yun yung
We don't wanna
kasagsagan
hear
ng
it right
minagbarila
now.
sa resource
It
world.
might not be the case. Blacklist
Kaya security
International can still
napaka-tight.
win this if they do the correct play, but obviously Omega
Dennis,
already
nandyan
has
na
the
sila doon,
advantage.
Stacy.
And there you go, a very risky play. Yato tried to get the shot, but then doesn't really quite get anything. As one by one, you see Omega. They're dropping down like
Fantastic.
flies, and
Wow.
Scared finally
4v2.
gets more kills.
4v2, just
Bumabawi
like that.
sila.
Blacklist International
Naging-
ultimate
kung ganyan sila
turning
ka-aggressive
the tide
kanina, di
against
okay
the
pa
players
eh.
of Smart
Oh my
Omega.
God,
But
masyado
Idra and
aggressive.
Kendi, they
Ayun na,
respond in
2v2.
a timely manner. It's a 2v2. Bomb in the hands of
Aggressive sila
Skirt.
masyado,
Blacklist
nagigil
International
na.
ultimate. They can dictate the pace now. Beautiful plant will come through, forcing
na.
the players of Smart Omega out of their hiding. They're not rotating around just yet. Information finally got it. They need to get to that A side, but they need to play this patiently. Kendi's just a little bit too far away.
Layo.
And now,
Layo sa
they're going to
defense
try to
nila.
go for the wraparound, and that's a really good spot here as Yato goes into control room
Tama
number 2.
yung plant
And
niya,
that's
kita
a
niya,
really
oh.
good spot because they can definitely go in for the pinch, and he can go in for the backstab. And finally, 2 players coming in from Omega, finally going in there. Skirt getting that
Oh,
one.
he
And now it's a
got one
2v2
kill.
2v1 situation, rather,
2v1 na.
as you apply some pressure. Skirt already goes in there with 5
Talo
kills
to,
already
talo,
to his
panalo ang
name. He
Blacklist
has to
dito.
worry about one more player. That's going to be Yato, and finally gets the shots, and there you
Yes.
go. Blacklist International, signs of life here, gets round number 2
Mahabol
for
pa.
them.
And that's exactly why Smart Omega fans, you do not celebrate before that final round is
over.
won. But the players of Smart Omega,
5-2.
they've just got 2 more rounds to secure here, Beep. A lot of momentum to carry on through the game. The bomb in the hands of Blacklist International Ultimate.
Baka
and that's a
magaya
plus
sila
one
nun
for
dati,
Blacklist. They can
nakapag-plant
dictate
ang
the
ano
pace.
nun.
They just need to slow it down
But
and
this
not
is Garena
work into
Philippines,
the
oh.
momentum of Smart Omega.
And now, a very quiet approach. from
Smart
both of
has
these teams as they
sponsored
gather
2
that
teams.
information.
No? Ng
And you
Omega.
definitely don't want to drop the bomb if you were AG. So it's a good thing that he has 2 players up in the
Ooh,
back. And there you go.
bye-bye.
Whoopi goes in there. 1 shot.
Magaling pa rin si Whoopi.
Forwarding to his name. That is a really good spot. And that is definitely great map knowledge here coming in from this man.
Like we talked about, ma'am, Whoopi, a late bloomer, but most definitely you will see him hit those scopes. But can he now just overcome the exciting plays here from the side of Blacklist International Ultimate? Yes, he can. Beautiful God nade dropped by Whoopi, and Idra secures the slay on FDX. The numbers on the side of Smart Omega to take this match point. Final player left alive and kicking. Scared, not scared. He drops the first player, but does he have the life to sustain? Pulls out the prize fighters, but Idra drops him.
Sana lang.
Match point, Smart Omega. In fact, championship point right here.
You can hear the chants over here.
Isa na lang.
Now you can celebrate.
And now you can kind of celebrate because one more point coming in from Smart Omega.
Unless ang blacklist,
And
they
for
will do
Blacklist, it is
something.
a tall order. But taking a look at that, we have a game pause right now. And so we get to take a breather as casters and you guys as a crowd as well.
Yeah.
And now we need to know what happened there. I mean, Blacklist International,
No
I
time
feel
slips
like they
there.
just couldn't
Phone
respond.
yata
And even
nila
though they did
is-
have man advantages in some of the rounds, they just couldn't capitalize on that.
You know, we talked about how Whoopi stepped up for the team. We talked about how Whoopi went from the best sniper in the Philippines to being one of the best flex players in the Philippines.
Ang ginagawa
Make
niya.
sure he fills the roles in for the side of Smart Omega so that they can take the championship
pala
back.
pang-massage
They
sa
brought
mga
range in as
esports
well.
ngayon.
And all of those adjustments
Para
were
nag-aano
made.
ka lang.
Blacklist International
Yeah.
Ultimate, they got super confident, right? But here's the beautiful thing. Smart Omega, they depended on Whoopi way too much in the past. And what changed? They stopped depending on him and they all stepped up within the squad. That's exactly what's happening. Whoopi isn't hitting those snipes. Whoopi isn't the biggest player out there on the SND, but Smart Omega still with their dominance out there because each and every single player stepping up for the team.
Every single one of these players, and that's why they needed to have that roster change. And adding Rage and Risky definitely was probably the biggest play that they could have as a team. And yes, like what you mentioned, Whoopi wasn't doing such a great job. He had 0 kills for the longest time and
Yes.
finally a really big opening kill. But for Blacklist though, wasn't able to capitalize
Ang official
on Whoopi
telco
not
nila
having
is
any
dito,
kills.
not
They
smart.
could not break
What
the code just
happened?
yet, but
Kasi
they have
sponsored
broken
na
the
sila.
momentum with this pause. So let's see if or not they can take some sort of advantage with this break, right? Because Smart Omega, as excited as they are not a team that is clean of mistakes. They do go ahead to drop some of these rounds because of a little bit of carelessness. And Smart Omega just needs to hold it together, you know, just like what Jericho always says. It's easy to take that advantage. It's easy to get in front, but it's very difficult to close off SND.
Absolutely. And I feel like also something that you mentioned before as well, referencing Avatar.
Yeah.
You are the apex predator.
Yes, ma'am.
You already have that. You're basically going to be, you know what, I'm going to be the king in the skies. I'm not going to be looking up. But just like that, you are going to have someone else take you down. And if Omega takes this, and as what you said and what Jericho said, S&D is the closest thing
Yeah.
that you can have to winning this championship, but it is the hardest to close out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so if Omega doesn't really look up in the sky, Blacklist International is a team that can go and just use that.
Absolutely correct, right? And you know, you also need to think about the factor of how hungry players are. When you are the champion, you're not so hungry. You're well fed. You know, you are the top guy. You are the top team. But Smart Omega, they've been left out to hang high and dry for so many a times, right? Once they lost the championship over to the side of Blacklist International Ultimate, you saw them take a downtime. You saw them not really dominating the scene anymore. And you saw them get hungrier and hungrier and hungrier, competition after competition, whilst not getting overconfident even as they were winning their matches through. And that sort of hunger, that sort of dedication can only bring you up to the top.
And now, as we slowly set up into the game, I really want to see Blacklist International go and pull it through and give Omega a hard time.
Yes.
Because we already know that they're very capable, but so far, they're having a very tough time with this one. Both teams obviously have very different strengths, very different weaknesses, and it's just a matter of how are you going to play it at the very right moment, because pressure, it's going to be on you, because literally hundreds of people watching you, thousands of people watching at home.
You know, and for all of the people in the arena itself, right? As you can hear, they're not even upset with the pause. You want to know why? Because we're all sitting down in comfort, all thanks to Marriott Manila, all thanks to our sponsors, and all thanks to one of our main partners of the competition. This is Newport World Resorts. Not only do they offer us all of the accommodation, they offered us this fantastic venue where everybody could gather and sit down and watch in comfort history being made.
And now speaking of the game, Call of Duty Mobile has been a game that has been absolutely tremendous in the COD scene. Because it is the first game that brings out every single one of these COD themes and just bring it into one game. Not only that, it's international. All of the COD games, they usually stay in their region, but for us, we are worldwide.
Correct.
And speaking of, it's worldwide over here. We have teams from Singapore,
Yes.
Malaysia. Watching over here, we had teams. We have the Huntsman, we have Almighty, and all thanks to Cebu Pacific.
And we also have a worldwide audience, even though this server is only for 3 nations, right? That's what makes MSP so beautiful, because of the prowess of these players. I mean, you've got Almighty and Blacklist International Ultimate. They didn't have all that too many slots in the world stage, but they still took it all the way to the grand finals, and you saw them walk back with the championship. That's the kind of quality that Garena offers, and to all of the fans at home, they want to watch as well from around the world. They want to see exactly what this region has to offer. Throw it down into the comment section and let us know exactly where you guys are from. Maybe Beef Mommy will give you a shout out. But I know for sure Cali and Neptune will, because they're taking a look at the comment section right now. When we pass it over back to them a little bit later on, you'll get your shout outs. Let us know where are you watching from and which team you're supporting.
You know what? I want to make this a little bit personal since we do have this downtime, right?
Yeah.
I want to get into the psychology of these teams.
Tell me.
Because I feel like, yes, important is it's going to be the gameplay, number
Yes.
one, obviously. But then the mindset comes very, very well. Because number one, you have Blacklist International, Kings of the East. They won the Eastern Championship. Not only that, Garena Season 1. For Smart Omega, they never had that opportunity.
Correct.
To represent our team,
Yeah.
our country, and also our region for Garena back in 2020.
Yeah.
And now they want something to prove. And now, are you going to be like Blacklist International, where you already have wins under your belt? Are they going to be, you know, relentless when it comes to the wins? Because they already have that. And Smart Omega, you want that fire.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. And it looks like they do have that fire. They've been taking all of these fights. The only time where we saw that fire kind of dimmed away was the takeoff match, where they could have played so much better. But at this SNB, it's just amazing to see all of the rest of the players on the side of Smart Omega step up, even though their star player Whoopi is not really doing a good job, right? Summit isn't just isn't the place where he usually pops off. But it's not too late. We still have a few more rounds, and it's also not too late for the players of Blacklist to make a comeback here, Beef.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why we actually said that Summit was going to be a little bit more of a wild card here, because with Whoopi and Omega, they chose this map in the first place. And
Yeah.
we already said that he was going to struggle already because of how short range it is.
Correct.
It just denies him of actually bringing out that sniper and trying to go in there for the kill, because if this man heats up, then it spells trouble for Blacklist.
Yeah, and you know, can he get all of those long-range engagements done? Because Whoopi can also play this totally different, right? He can just put that sniper down, he can whip out the Peacekeeper, he can whip out the KSP that he absolutely loves, and he can annihilate all of those players with those close-range combat. But Blacklist International Ultimate isn't allowing them to do that. Why? Because of FDX. If only FDX is not playing on those snipers, the players of Smart Omega wouldn't be forced to continue engaging with those long-range engagements. And that's exactly why Whoopi can't really drop the snipe, even though he's not really hitting his target. But good that he didn't, right? Because finally, we see some of those amazing plays.
We get to see some really good highlights. And then obviously every single one of these players are definitely going to be really amazing.
Yes.
Fantastic players. And there's a reason why they've reached here into our grand finals.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
possibly we might even see a reset if Blacklist does something different here.
Yeah.
And maybe that will happen. But obviously it's going to be very difficult, because one more round for Omega and it's going to be bye-bye from them. End of competition. We're crowning a new winner here.
And I know you guys are confused. I know you guys are very curious as to why in the world did we pause the game. To give you guys a little bit of information, even we don't know. We are still waiting for production to at least give us a little bit of info so that we can share it out with you guys.
And there you go.
And Garena is currently reaching a decision, but decision around what, we still don't know. Perhaps we will find out in a little bit and we'll let you guys know.
You know what? I feel like this would be the time where we can bring in our a lovely conversation later on, because I feel like we need to just sort things out. I know you guys are probably typing in the comment section, oh, these casters are just really talking a really good time. But you know what? Let's take a look at the comments that we've had here so far. And you know what? I did not understand a word that was said.
Well, let's throw it over to Neptune and Cali. They have got all of those comments read up already, and I'm sure they are waiting to give you guys a few of those shout outs. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's take a quick commercial break first.
The cruelest battles always happen in the most beautiful places. Not this time. When you're fighting for your life, nothing else matters. Until victory is won, glory fades. You don't hear their calls anymore. And then your ultimate duty is to stand alongside your brothers and go down together. Ghost is down. Repeat, Ghost is...
On top, I'm ready to go. Feeling like a million eyes on me. I'm unstoppable. If you go against me, then you better compete. Yeah, yeah. Why you keep knocking at my door? You came to fight, yeah, that means war. Gotta level up, wanna settle the score. Yeah, feels a lot better than it did before. What you brand new, yeah, it's time to go pro. Go beast mode, better find a cheat code. On my throne, now I'm in my zone. Man, it looks better than it did before. I said the play don't stop, just do your thing, and you know you gon' be on top. It's my game, it's your game, and let the whole world watch. I said the play don't stop, just keep it going, and you know you gon' be on top. It's my game, it's your game. Go ahead, let them talk. Play don't stop, just do your thing, and you know you gon' be on top. I'm ready to go. Feeling like a million eyes on me. I'm unstoppable. If you go against me, then you better compete. Yeah, yeah. Why you keep knocking at my door? You came to fight, yeah, that means war. Gotta level up, wanna settle the score. Yeah, feels a lot better than it did before. What you brand new, yeah, it's time to go pro. Go beast mode, better
Alam niyo na kung sino panalo, okay? Galing, di ba? Wala na. No more. Retain pa rin ang title. Before that, maglalaro na tayo ng konti lang, pero dahil ang laki na ng kinain ng oras na. Start na muna ako ng laro. Alam na naman natin, napakagaling talaga. Omega. Congratulations for winning the season of the Garena Masters 3 Invitationals. Okay, so nagkaroon ng problema kanina. Grabe yung mga comments nila, binabasa ko. Ang dami ate ng Indian team. Okay, tayo na muna maglaro. Hopefully, huwag kayong maboboard sa aking paglalaro. And before that, let's try to go to the game at my live cam. Iyan na. And we're gonna play. So si Tachychromatic Draw, nakuha ko siya for 1 draw lang. Thank you. At may bago na naman draw. Tingnan natin yung bagong draw. Oy, may tournament din. Yeah, tournament muna tayo bago tayo mag-start. So, kailangan natin 3 wins. Gun game. Habang pinapanood ko rin yung stream.
Okay.
Gun game. Top 3 lang. Nadali ako sa likod. Bakit nadi-delay? Bakit gano'n? Meron sa likod ko. Jackwell. Shorty. Meron nagtatago sa taas, men. Sa taas lang siya. Ay, nag-reload. Men! Revolver reloading. Pero nasa taas ng kama. Nice one. Ito yung nababaliw ako. finally. Ang hina ng FHJ masyado. Doon ako oh my god, di ko pa makuha. Wow! Kanina pa. Oh. Win tayo, one win.
Mission accomplished. Good work.
Grabe ang init. Huwag na tayo mag-upgrade. Second gameplay of the tournament. Plus pa rin. Which is tama naman.
Gun game.
Kasi ako sa monitor eh. Headshot. Eh, nakita ko dun. Slide. Damn it. Oy, ba't nag-quit? Oy. Gyro. Hindi ako nakapag-gyro. Parang hit-fire kasi ito. What? Ah, sniper. Malapit na. Ah! Oh my god! Ah, ang hina ko talaga sa sniping. Kasi medyo madali. Damn it. Damn it. Naiwan ako. Ay, fourth pa. Buisit. Na-stuck ako doon sa sniper. Buisit. Lost. Sayang.
Priority tasking failure. Return to base.
Siya pa. Ang nakakainis dito ngayon yung FHJ. Yan snipers. Dalawang sniper marksman tsaka yan. Buti na lang sa medyo malawak kaysa sa shipment. Laki na ng advantage ko. 5-point advantage. 5 kill advantage. Oh yeah? Wow, tagal mamatay ah. Lagi yung first 3, okay. Shit, medyo. Woo! Hip fire sniper. Finally. Sa likod. Bro, magaling ka sa Jack, diba? What? Bakit di pumutok? Fuck. Fuck. Isa pa. Oh my god, sana lang yun. Sayang. Wait. Maka tayo ng 4 points. Damn it, shorty. Damn it. May nakikigulo sa likod. Gagi. Wow. Reload pa. Sila lang bot. Oh, you lonesome tonight. Oh, you cruising. Ay, naubos pa bala. Yun, nakuha ko yung FHJ. 1 shot, 1 kill at close range lang pala ang katapat. Ito na, final kill na. Patay. Yeah, boy. Ah. Yeah, boy. YouTube. Promote tayo sa Garena. Okay, let's go.
Nice work.
Sana lang. So parang pinost nila yung game kanina. Hindi ko nakita eh. Sorry, wala ako nanood ako Elvis eh. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Johnny Bravo. Your chariot awaits.
Gun game.
tayo doon. What? Parang wala akong nakikita trace ng bala. Grabe yun ah. Parang tagal na lang mamatay ah. Naku po, na-stuck pa ako. Wait. Labangan na natin to. Tayo. Woo! Sniper. Uy, sa likod ko. Nice. Jack. Wow. Sige. Tapusin natin to. Layo na shotgun. Wala. Yep. Ito, shorty, malapitan. Oh, nag-abang. Ayun. Let's get that bitch. Yes! Uy! Double kill! Finally! Panalo na natin ito. Yeah, boy! Cookie! At least 2-1. Cookie! Sa akin muna kayo manood. Sige, tapos na tayo sa tournament.
Just another day. Good job.
And yung kay Tumusa, open the crowd. Ano na nangyari sa mission ko kay Tumusa? Ito na wala tayo doon. Ghost in a shell. Ano na nangyari dito? So we have to wait for this. Each window will be open for Neweer. Wala naman. Anyway. Seasonal challenges. Land in New Vision City twice. Kill enemies in New Vision. Got that. Top 3 2 times. Sige, gawin natin to. Pero single natin to. Single FPP mode tayo. kunin natin si Togu's 300 notes. Ang dami pa.
所作ターゲットの位置をロック全てのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテッセラクトに集結した
Wala naman tayong teammate kaya so FPP para marami tayong makuhang nodes. Yun ang objective ko kasi dito. Matyaga ka dapat mag-collecta ng nodes dito para sa skill.
The EMP drone is ready.
Ganda to ah. Ganda to character na to ah. Yo, come here boy.
The EMP drone is ready. Welcome to Battle Royale. The match is about to start.
Sino ba ako dito?
Time for the mission. Get ready.
Lahat tayo twice sa new vision. So ito na yon. First drop. So second drop. Then kill 10 enemies. Ano ba ng enemies dito?
Atlas welcomes you to New Vision
Wala
City.
tayong baril dito.
We hope you have a safe and pleasant stay.
Anong baril? Try ko. Wala pa nga akong baril eh. What count kaya? Marksman pa. So maganda siguro. Kilo. Mabigat. Bala. What? Kita ko na eh. Nakapag-hagi sessions na patay pa ako. Damn boy. First kill. Bale. Nagland naman tayo eh. So first mission okay. Second mission, drop ulit tayo. 10 kills. Ewan ko yung bot ay nag-count to sa kill. Tingnan natin. Ay, laki ng bawas. Diba, babawi natin yan sa Alcatraz. Punta tayo sa... Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Doon sa group nga pala, nung nanalo ako nito si Takikoma, parang may hindi naniwala. Sa bat daw kinopya ko sa YouTube yung screenshot nung pagkapanalo ko. Ibinigay ko yung link, ayun. Sana naniwala na siya. Na-draw ko talaga siya. Kailangan pa bang pagsinungalingan yung mga ganung bagay? So, first drop, yep. Yung 10 kills pala. So, 2 drops lang tayo. Si Minyo kaya nandito? Ay, wala. Si Minyo na ang pinakamasipag kong nagalaro ngayon sa codm eh. Na clanmates. Happy 5K subscribers na tayo mga lods. 5K. Thank you very much. Tataas na ang aking CP giveaway dito from Cod Mobile.
所作ターゲットの位置をロック全てのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテッセラクトに集結した
Change class tayo. Huwag natin kakalimutan. New Vision City din ang drop. Sana maganda ang drop natin sa New Vision. Parang konti kasi nagda-drop sa New Vision eh. Na-feature dito nung naglalaro ko ng Warzone. That I got the codm Ghost in the Shell team sa Battle Pass. And sa Warzone naman, ang Terminator ang nahandon. Mga bagong skins nila, si T800 at si T1000. Galing. Magaling din naman yung mga creative nila. Sana ilagay nila yung mga G.I. Joe, no? So yung mga G.I. Joe characters, ilagay nila sa kaya. Yun nga lang, it's not gonna be Call of Duty. It's gonna be G.I. Joe.
Welcome to Battle Royale. EMP drone is ready. About to start. Time for mission. Get ready.
Bakit wala lang nanonood? Ayan, hello. Sorry kung nakita. Ayan. Hello. Sorry kung wala nakita yung chat. Yung vision ulit tayo bababa. Yaw! Tapos na ba? Yung mga MP3? Pwede siguro. Oo. Ay, pagkatapos nito, yan na pala ba? I-upload lang. Oo, may messenger. Pwede yun. Kahit nga PM mo sa dito mo eh. Maglalagay ka lang sa ano mo lang, i-attach mo lang. Sige.
Atlas welcomes you to New City. We hope you have a safe and pleasant stay.
That was my sister, Ate Gladys. If you watch her sa vlog ko, susunod my YouTube channel. Decades New Waver, yan. Die hard yan, kaya yan. New Wave. Wait, may pang gamit. Thank you. Wala pang gamit. Shotgun, pwede. Hindi ko pa nakuha yung shotgun. Pala kids dito, drop lang.
The EMP drone is ready.
Ay, nag-lag na. Bilis mamatay, no? Oh, nag-lag bowling. Dami, oh.
Chip terminal is almost ready.
Hindi ko makita.
The safe zone is collapsing.
You hold the ticket to a whole new world. Be sure to present it before entry.
Ayun!
The EMP drone is ready. Warning, EMP drone is deployed.
Natay. Hindi ako nag-slide. Hey! Sige, 10 kills na lang. So, kami na tayo dito. Seasonal na lang tayo. So, tingnan natin kung yung nodes uma-under din. Kung ilang nodes na lang kailangan ko. 300 nodes pa eh. So, medyo mahaba-haba pa para makuha. Magpapaturo tayo kay Ganun ba? Bakit lang ba tapos ito? 57 pa lang. Yung password binago yata ni Denzel. Teka. Cellphone. Cellphone. Teka lang. Wait. nangyari sa sounds ko? Ba't ganyan? Bakit ganyan nangyari? Puya. Sige, sige. Sundan natin. Baka sa A-Power na naman. A-Power, pa-sponsor naman ng free streaming software. Kundi gagamitin ko yung XSplit. Uy. Uy, ganda na skin ha. Buti pa mga bot, ang gaganda ng skin. Ten kills tayo sa New Vision. Kukuha din tayo ng mga nodes. Ito na yung New Vision. New Vision City. Kills tayo dito. Dami biglang mga nag-FPP sa mission na yan para makuha yung si Tugusa. KN malakas din dito sa VR. I couldn't live, I couldn't talk. Ang pangit tuloy ng sound. I-reconnect kaya natin. Nakawala. Legit kill. Reconnect natin. Dahil pumangit ulit yung sound. Reconnect. Ay, bawas na tayo. Full squad kaya tayo. Tingnan natin. Para busy lahat. Masyado naglalaro. Full squad.
少佐、ターゲットの位置をロック。すべてのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテスラクトに集結した。
Sugar. Baka magawan tayo. Peg drone. Pwede pala ako sumakay sa ATV. Pero nasa labas ka. Expose ka. Pero pwede ka maging passenger.
Get out of this smoke.
Nag-quit pa yung isa. Para mag-mission din. Uy, kausapin natin yan kung paano yun. Kausapin natin yan sa stream. Stream natin, stream mic natin. Bro, paano mo makuha yung skin na yan? Bro, paano mo nakuha yan? Nodes lang ba yan?
Here we go. We can land in.
Kuha lang ba ng kukuha dyan ng nodes tsaka hack? Chat mo naman, bro. Mission tayo, mission. Bro, kalo ba yo? Bahala ka. Tingnan ko kunin yan. Yun. So parang the more nodes na nakukuha mo, o yung intel, the more na may nakikita kang post-human.
First blood.
So dapat magkukulik ka rin talaga. Nandito si Takikoma kaso pag may mission lang. Kaso wala naman akong mission. Kaya... Wala siyang masasabi. Dust kicker nga tayo. Uy, KM pwede ito. Tayo ng sasakyan.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Who needs a slide where you can glide? Uy!
Down.
Still return to the battle.
Oo. Isang squad. Ay, nako.
Go ahead. Pick up my dog tags.
Kasama pa ba natin to? Layo. Yun.
Chip terminal is almost ready.
Kukunin naman yata tayo. Baka na natin. Sa squad yan bro ha. Ingat ka.
Collapsing.
Move. Move. Bro, subscribe ka ha. Yeah, pag nakakuha ko ng vehicle na yan, nagiging Takikoma yan. Thank you na tayo. Advance.
Thanks. The airdrop is coming.
What tayo note, bro?
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Sa New Vision ako bababa. Papatay ako sa New Vision.
Your teammate has scanned your dog tags. Wait for the revived airdrop has been delivered.
Calling card pa man din ako natin.
ここのネットワークはポストヒューマンによる改ざんの
The
痕跡
network
があ
here
る。
shows evidence of post-human
他のアクセ
tamper.
スポイントを探した方がいい。
Oh, ano yan? Ah, pag ni-revive ka, oh. Galing ah, bago yun ah.
Return to the battle.
Ngayon ko na nakita yun. So, may pumunta doon.
We can land here.
Trap deployed.
Kaya kunin kita pag may nangyari sa'yo. Ganun pala yun, pag ni-revive ka. Parang westward lang. I can do... Go primo.
The airdrop is coming.
Croissant. Switchblade pala gamit.
Atlas welcomes you to New Vision City. We hope you have a safe and pleasant stay.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Here at Atlas, our innovative full-body
Trap
prosthesis will greatly enhance your operational capacity.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Parang may tao pa rin ah.
Engaging the enemy. Engaging
Salamat
zombies.
ka, wala si Riley. Nasaan ang slideries? Kuha tayo ng B. Wait. Kukuha nga pala ako nito.
The
You
airdrop is
hold
coming.
the ticket to a whole new world. Be sure to present it before entry.
Wait, nasaan yun? Dami kasi pasikot-sikot dito.
ここに擬態化ステーションがあるわ。
No?
戦闘効率を飛躍的電脳をアップグレードすれば8型ドローンを直接操作しての潜入、
はい。
偵察や敵の視覚情報を利用して奴らの人工脳をハックすることができるようになるの。
Scan tayo.
Trap deployed. Your teammate has been killed. Get the dog tags and help them return to the battle.
Oy, teka lang, wait lang.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Kunin ko siya, wait. Ang sabihin niya yun. Ito tayo yung chopper. Ito ng chopper. Ito ng chopper. Oy,
Chip terminal is almost ready.
hindi ko plan si Kuya. Nasa yung chopper. Hindi ito. Hindi ko pa
safe
alam
zone is
yung
collapsing.
place. Wait lang, wait lang. Grabe, hindi ito. Saan yung chopper?
Half of the teams are eliminated.
Wait, Kuya.
Airdrop incoming.
Hindi ko makakita yung chopper. So,
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute. Airdrop has been delivered.
malayo. Layo. Ito na, Takikoma.
僕って立ちコマの中でも一番優秀じゃない？
Ay, sorry bro. Full squad yan.
Airdrop incoming. Airdrop has been delivered.
Wow, naglag. Full squad oh.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Dito na tayo sa medyo. Dami nila. At least, tingnan natin kung usad yung 10 kills. Pero tayo sa seasonal, isa pa lang. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pwede po. Okay, sabi nga natin si November. Si John Wick. November. Hanap tayo sa ano. Buhat. Smiling. Sana pabuhat yung vision. Hala! Ba't ka umalis? Hala, siguro babae. Talaga, sim. Whoopee! Whoopee! Whoopee. Tingnan nga natin kung malakas.
少佐ターゲットの位置をロック全てのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテスラクトに集結
Brother, bye.
Good luck.
Avocado melon. Tingnan natin kung paano ganito. Dito
Trap deployed.
Hindi talaga ako marunong gumamit. Mapapatayin ko lang sa akin. Hoy, drone.
Trap deployed.
Hello, team up po.
Okay,
Team
team
up
up, team
po.
up. Sige, team up. Team up. Saan tayo magkikita?
Nasaan ka?
Farm kami sa farm.
Uy, magkakasama tayo.
Baliw. Usap mo lang ako.
Mga baliw, magkakasama tayo.
Naka-friend pala. Kala ko naka-all eh. O, ba't nawala? Isa?
Nakawala ko.
Mga baliw.
Tara. Sana tayo. Yung vision.
Mission ka.
Kunin ko si Tugusa.
Sige.
Ano ba yung notes lang? Notes lang yung kukunin to?
Yung cartoon mo yung cartoon.
So mag-hack ka rin? Mag-purge ka ba? Hindi naman.
Turo ko sa'yo sa vlog.
Sige nga. Isang ano na lang ako eh. 300 notes na lang. Kailangan ko
Wala akong alam dyan.
Alam naman tayo libre skin ang kailangan.
We can land here.
Paano mo gagawin doon?
Yung mga notes yata mangolekta ka to sa survey ni Tugusa.
Third lang ko kunin mo doon.
Pag nakakuha ka ng maraming gano'n, makukuha mo yung skin niya.
Pag na ako
Atlas welcomes you to
Ah.
New Vision City. We hope you have a safe and pleasant stay.
Hindi ko alam. May yung mga kalaban, no?
may nauna na sa atin.
Meron. Oh. Marami dito. Kasi hindi nang habol nila eh. Shit. Teka. Panig. Teka lang ha. Kuha pa akong gamit. Wala pa akong gamit. Ako po.
Ako dami.
EBR pa binigay sa akin.
Wow. Ang ina nyo.
Yung mga bot na may higit.
Engaging zombie.
So yung asul lang kukunin eh.
May nauna na ata eh.
The revived flight will arrive.
Ano yung ibang gagawin?
Kapag may nagawa na ng isa, hindi mo na magagawa.
Hindi na pala. Siya. Suicide squad na pala tayo dito. May drone sa inyo. Kita bang makita? Shit, tao.
Kabado ka.
May tao.
Meron. Ayun, nakita ko na sa likod. Ayun, basag. Tumatakbo. Punta sa'yo, number 2. Ito, may
The
EB ako, may
device
EB
bin
ako.
has been delivered.
Nasa baba.
Tumalo na.
Number 2.
Dalawa to, dalawa.
Walang bedroom side.
Our innovative
Meron.
prosthesis will greatly enhance your
Saan?
operational capacity.
Nandiyan sa ilalim mo, bro. Teka lang.
The airdrop is
Ayan,
coming.
sa likod, ayun.
Engaging the enemy.
340,
Babalikan ko.
340. Yan na. Shit, nawala na akong bago. Shot yan. Shot yan.
Sa likod ko
Sino yung
meron.
down? Kayo na
Ako.
down? Wait.
Sa likod ko meron.
Yan na, busag na. Patay na.
Nice one. Paskan ako.
Wait lang, boss.
Get the dog tag.
Kung kinuha yung gamit mo, ha? May isa
Sige.
pa yata.
Dog tag has been scanned successfully. Your teammate will return to the battle when the next revive flight arrives.
Yun, extended na. May kukuha pa dito. Naka-shotgun din pala. Ayan na, yung coming. Ano kaya to? Ayun, naka-shotgun. Ito pala yun. Ngayon ko lang napasok to. Kakusapin ko ba itong mga to?
Your teammate is on the revive flight.
奴らの情報が足りなすぎて
Still
る。
no, naman
このままじゃ勝てねえぞ。
May papunta na chopper.
Abangan natin ano.
ここでのポストヒューマンの脅威は排除されたけど、
理由は定かではないが、ポストヒューマンは我々に反旗を翻したんだ。まるで頭の中のスイッチが切り替わった。
Nasa laban natin. Ay, naglaban.
The airdrop is coming.
Tumalon. Ayan na, kinuha. Shit, naglag? Ano ba yan? Kaya, papunta sa'yo. Tumalon.
Airdrop is
Ayun, huli ko. Layo.
Engaging the enemy.
Patay ka. Alam mo, ha?
Nice one.
Ay, wala na akong balik, men.
Meron pa.
Wala naman. Nag-iisa lang yung bumalik na naka-chopper.
Tara na ba?
Parang wala na eh. Ito may extended mag dito, oh, Rachel. Wala akong bala ng ano, M4. Wala akong bala ng... Ay, diyan ka na pala. Wala akong bala, men. Ay, yung mission yung may 3 tao doon, kakusapin mo lang yun. Yun ba yun? Yun ba yung para makuha mo yun? May papagawa sa'yo?
Itong card na to. Kailangan mong kunin.
Tapos, wala lang, kung collectorin mo lang.
Tapos sa access mo dito sa loob.
Tara na ba? Tara na.
Oo, wala na. May chopper dito, di ba?
Saan? Kunin niyo.
Teka, di ko alam eh. Ito may EB ako.
Injection device bin has been delivered.
The airdrop is coming.
Bebente lang ano ko, baka may amo kayo.
Binrap to dito.
Ano ba?
Ayan, ito yung chopper sa ibabaw. Ito. Kukunin ko na. Sa ibabaw. Baka ko na kayo.
Enjoy
Sa
the
may EB kayo.
Ay, nandiyan ako.
Ikaw, Bacardi. Nakakalasing yan. At, hindi ka na dito bumaba. Tara. Wala sa Bacardi. Livestream
Uy, naiwan ako.
Ay. Teka. Kalaban, ayan, papunta sa'yo. Binabang ka. Ayan, pati natin. Ato ka. Down na. May isa pa. Nandun ulit. Wala na akong bala, pengin bala, heavy. Binabalikan. Bro, ito may heavy ako. Pengin akong bala ng ano. Pengin naman amo.
Wala, 27 lang po.
Sige ito. Binalikan pa rin yun. Yun ang kotse.
Parang parang
Kunin ko sa ano. Kunin niya yung chopper. Patapos sa loot. Sa airdrop. Build pala to eh. May bagong highway.
Yan na.
Sa likod, nasa likod. Ay, hindi nga pala ako doon. Kaya hindi ko makikita.
sakay ka. Personal tayo.
No, wait.
Hello?
Ito na, sasakay sa...
airdrop is coming.
Ay, nasa highway. Kaya pala hindi ko makakita kung nasa highway. Kung pa yung drop ah. Ilitay niyo yung chopper para makalis tayo ng aga.
The revived flight will arrive in 5 minutes.
Uy, may Arctic. Extended na. Baka dyan. Wala na yung kalaban dyan.
Hello? Tara rin tayo.
Chopper tayo, nasa chopper. Sandali nyo, yung nakakotse. Naka-ATV.
Hi. Tara.
Babalik pa rin.
Yan siya. Mamamatay na tayo.
Sige. Baril natin. Ayan na. Para akong sa kulay. Para ako natin sa kulay. Ayan. Bili. Abangan nyo. Sabog! Kunin na lang! Huge yan. Ito AB oh. Natakasan pa rin tayo.
Injection device bin has been delivered.
Checkpoint yan. Wag na, chopper na. Mas mahabol pa na.
Uy, kasabay.
Slow kasi yung unhinge. Yun, nasa baba, sa taas. Nice.
Down to the last 5 teams.
Squad. Pa rin.
Airdrop is coming.
Hindi tinabla ng B1.
Dito.
Your teammate has been
Down
killed.
ako.
Get the dog tags and help them return to the battle.
Mamaya. Mainit pa dyan. Layo ko muna. Ano Nandun ako sa gitna ng building ngayon, sa may open. Pero marami sila. Dalawa sila dyan.
The last
Malakas na yung
revived
RT
flight
ko.
will arrive in 1 minute. System active.
Magandang gamitin dyan yung B. Papanik na, yan na, papanik na sa'yo. Bot pa yata yan.
Hindi ba ito?
Last revival ah.
Okay, sige, inom mo muna. Para makapasok siya. Layo ka muna, layo ka para si ano pwede. Tatlong shotgun, pinablan, tigas naman.
System online.
Sa taas. Ayun, kita ka bro. Snipers. Yan na, malapit na si ano. Dami nila oh, tatlo.
Teammate is on the revived flight.
Ay wala na, closed na. Wala nang revival. Alis ka na dyan bro. Tama lang. Ayan na, sa shade.
Dami, tatlo. Tatlo sila.
Oo, ang dami. Bababa lang yan. Wala na revival. Bacardi na lang.
The airdrop is coming. Chip terminal is air delivered.
Yabang, pumorma pa. Top 10 muna eh. Ano muna na yan? Top 3. Pag-iisa lang.
Ano pa isa? Tigod.
System online.
Nandyan na yung kanina. Top 4. Hindi mo lang makakita. Pwede na. So yung calling card pala, may bibigay ka sa kanila. Tama ba? Tapos may papagawang mission. Kaya pala tayo bumababa sa new mission. Pala yun.
Kita tayo sa kanya.
Light pa tayo. Light ako sa dyan. Ayaw. Uy, bagong skin. China oil. China oil.
少佐、ターゲットの位置をロック。すべてのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテッセラクトに集結した。
Umalis? Tanga naman nun eh.
Gusto na ko ikal para aarasan.
Find the hacker nearby. Quick action. Find the hacker nearby. Quick action.
Hindi tayo. Pero ikal.
Ayan, meron na. Ayan na. May nag-join na isa. Jackwell. Uy, naglalag lagi. Ano ba yan?
Injection device bin has been delivered. Welcome to Battlefield now. The match is about to start.
Doon lang ba yun? Kailangan tapusin mo yung mission para makuha mo si Tungusa kahit man nakumpleto mo yung nodes? May gagawin ka pa pala? FPP ko na lang siguro gagawin yun? Pero doon lang yung sa New Vision City magagawa. Naglalag. Patayin ka sabay. Mag-switch.
Sa'yo mo na daw yung
Ba't ayaw? Hop, may kalaban dito ba?
sabihin mo na yung
Ba't nga dapat? Naglalag ako, men. Tao ba to? Tao? Tatago eh. Kala ko pa man din bot. Yun may hackers tayo. Teka lang, hack tayo.
May M4 kayo nakita.
Ito sa taas. Ano, yung...
このターミナルは現在ポストヒューマンの支配下にあるものと直接つながっている。奴らのネットワークにハックするためのプログラムを送るわね。何かを操作することはできないかもしれない。プログラムを使えば奴らの仕事を妨害できるはずよ。
この町にはたくさんのターミナルがある。一つ見つけ出して詳細なプログラムをアップロードするんだ。
Sorry. Kailangan ko ng araw eh. 19 lang. Kuha lang ako ng ano, honeybee. Kunin ko lang ito.
May kalaban.
Nagbabarilan sila. Wala akong bot.
ここで一体化ステーション電脳をアップグレードすれば8型ドローンを偵察や敵の視覚情報を利用
May
して
kalaban dito.
ハックすることができる。
Tingnan ko na eh. Nasa akin mismo. Ay, ganun nga. Isa pala yung nakikita ko pero may kasama. Atake ko, ma. Boom.
Enemy vehicle
magazine.
Ammunition niya. Ito yung mawala ng van.
Ano? Ayan.
The airdrop is coming.
Taas, tumalon. Ay, nasa likod mo. Invite kayo dyan. Tara, let's go. Last G ko na to, mains. Last stream ko na.
ターゲットの位置をロック。すべてのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテッセラクトに集結した。
Jump leader. Good luck.
I'm the new jump leader.
Wait, check nga natin kung ano pwede natin tanggalin. Hindi ko pala nakabukas na app.
Trap deployed.
Lag pa rin.
We can land here.
Movie should be.
We can land here.
Atlas welcomes you to New Vision City. Atlas we hope you have a safe and pleasant stay. We hope you have a safe and pleasant stay.
Ito meron na oh. Kunin mo to. Lapit ka sa akin.
Ano yan? Yung card?
Ito yung kailangan.
Ah, ang dami din. Nakakuha ko card. Ano ba number mo? 2?
Number 1.
Ah, 1.
Nalipag ko dito.
Pero yung blue hindi. Ito
Hindi.
yung control room keycard.
Yan. Kunin mo yun.
Saan ako pupunta?
Dito.
Saan na kita?
Wala. Akala ko yung photo. Or bigay mo sa kanya. Pasok ka dito. Tutulungan ka niya.
Tapos kakausapin ko lang ba?
Hindi. Papatayin mo lang yung ano dito.
Ah, ganon.
ネットワークをハックする。
May i-hack na. Ayun. Ano papatayin ko dito?
Yan mga yan.
Yun lang pala.
グレードには神経系と同期奴らのプログラムをミサイルの発
Basta na sa final ko na eh.
今すぐに
Kahit di mo na kukumpleto yung nodes.
Kasi ito yung panghuli eh. Kailangan mo yung hindi ka hard.
Engaging the enemy.
Okay.
どうやら間に合ったよ。手遅れじゃないといいんだけど。
Kasama ko wala si Batu. Binabalik ko pa man din yung si ano.
データがアップロードするからすぐにここから脱出よ。
Pero yung nodes, di ba yung counter ng nodes, kailangan ko lang ako nakuha nitong blue.
Yung 300 ba yung sinasabi mo?
Oo.
Kailangan mo na maglaro na maglaro.
Ayun. PR.
Yeah,
Pwede rin ba MP? Hindi sa MP, PR lang.
Pwedeng MP, pwedeng VR.
Mas malaki yata sa BR ano, ang points.
No.
Bumabalik ko. Pasok pala to. Kaya pa man din nakuha ng mas.
Here at Atlas, our innovative full-body prosthesis will...
ここに擬態化ステーションがある。電脳をアップグレードすれば8型ドローンを直接操作しての潜入、偵察や敵の視覚情報を利用して奴らの人工脳をハックすることができるようになる。マガジンを買う。 この街で一番高いニュービジョンシティ。
airdrop is coming.
もっと他の状況ならきっと美しい場所だったんです。
Airdrop has been delivered.
Para update ko na yun.
May arsenal na malapit sa atin. Arsenal.
The revived flight.
ここに擬態化して。
Din, din, din.
初めてで。
Kacha, pero sarap ni FH din. Kacha, pero
Fuel ready for upgrade.
Coming on stage.
sakay mo. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Para may kailangan.
The revived flight will arrive in
Meron
1
sa
minute.
gilid. Tao sa may ano, 140.
May naka-jackal.
50, ayun na.
Engage in the air.
Hindi. Wala pala akong ano. 150.
Dapat
Ayun na.
Enemy is near.
wait lang.
Wala akong ano. Bes. Iyak ako. Ayan na. Ako nagalit. Nice. Kahap
Meron
pa
pa
ngayon.
sa taas.
Shit, nadali ako.
Down.
Madami out.
Uy, bangga ako.
Dalawa na.
Teammate has been killed. Get the dog tag. First battle.
Hindi ko kaya.
Dami, oo. Ayan, kotse. Gamitin mo muna yan.
Out ka muna, Cor.
Teammate has scanned your dog tag. We can revive flight.
Kotse ko na lang,
Teammate has
man.
been killed. Get the dog tag. Return to battle.
Pero kotse, may pag-asa pa yan. Nice, G.
Good night sa inyo, good night sa inyo. Good night sa inyo.
At ko na lang.
Streamer mode. Streamer tapo. Ay. Out na ako, men. Puno ba ang friends list natin? Hindi ako makapag-add. So, sa request ko, marami. Puno ang ating friends. Kailangan mo ito dito. Hindi nakababa. Feed ko na ba yung nakikita nyo? Feed ko na yan. Tignan natin. Di pala na-add yun ng mga release. Bago ba yan? Ito. You'll receive ilan pa? 300, so 89. Talagang grind talaga tayo sa ano. Nico. Nico. Grind lang pala dito.
少佐、ターゲットの位置をロック。すべてのデータソースがセントラルスクエアのテセラクトに集結した。
Garena, manonood kami, movie night. Happy 10, 5K subscribers. Salamat sa lahat ng mga sa akin po. Sa mga vlogs ko sa Aorus po. Thank you.
We can land.
We can land here.
このターミナルは現在ポストヒューマンの支配下にあるものと直接つながっているわ。奴らのネットワークにハックするためのプログラムを送るわね。直接何かを操作することはできないかもしれないけど、プログラムを使えば奴らの作戦を妨害できるはずよ。
この町にはたくさんのターミナルがある。一つ見つけ出して少佐のプログラムをアップロードするんだ。
EMP drone is ready.
Engaging the enemy.
Nakakotse.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Shit.
Enemy down. Enemy eliminated.
Nakatingin ako sa escape natin. Ito pa rin. Saturday Kid Carlos.
The EMP drone is ready.
Meron pa. Punta lang.
ここに擬態化ステーションが電脳をアップグレードすれば8型ドローンを直接操作しての潜入、偵察や敵の視覚情報を利用して奴らの人工脳をハックすることができるようになるの。
Engaging the enemies.
EMP drone is ready.
The airdrop is coming.
Ayaw talaga mag-slide.
The revived flight will arrive once been delivered.
The airdrop is coming. Engaging the enemy. Enemy eliminated.
Reloading, cover me.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Our vehicle is about to explode.
The EMP drone is ready.
Changing map. The airdrop is coming. Engaging the enemy. Enemy eliminated. The airdrop is coming.
Chip terminal is almost ready.
Enemy down.
Half of the teams are eliminated. The EMP drone is ready. The safe zone is collapsing.
Lag naman.
The airdrop is coming.
The EMP drone is ready. The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Engaging the enemies.
Airdrop has been delivered.
マガジンを変える。援護しろ。
Hindi.
The airdrop is coming.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Wala ako ng ammo.
The revived flight will arrive in 1 minute.
Oh shit.
Your teammate has been killed. Get the dog tags and help them return to the battle. The EMP drone is ready. Your teammate has been killed. Get the dog tags and help them return to the battle.
Engaging the enemies.
What?
The safe zone is collapsing. Airdrop incoming. Your
The
team
airdrop is coming.
Jack 12, buisit. Again, happy 5K subscribers. Salamat mga lods. Ilang taon din, nabit na rin natin yung 5K. Gradually growing. Thank you very much sa lahat ng mga sumuporta all throughout the game. See you on the next stream. Bye-bye!